You ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile. Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
Even put in my pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, money.
Called out here for a pill. Really tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find a thing to save my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me, no, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
What up? What up? It is Alex, Fantasy Football Hustler, back at you. We got another episode of Elevated Sports Talk. It is Wednesday Fantasy Football Talk, and we're talking about who you should start and sit in week. I'm going to smoke like maybe 2 bowls, and then I'm going to jump into everything, and we're getting started. Because the last couple weeks, it's took me so long to like do the video, then like so long to edit, and yeah, I mean the downfalls of being a one-man team, but you know we're gonna do it. We're gonna prevail. All right, and I gotta keep remembering to keep charging my goddamn stupid mouse every night. I fucking forget to hook it up to the charger, and say great names in the chat. Hit that join button. Let's go. Yeah, you don't want a gray name. You want your name either green or blue. And the blue is the green. That's the one that you get by hitting the join button. Hit that join button. Join the Board 20 group. Get the green cross next to your name. Let's go. And Jeff said, once again, you have the best sound bites. All right. I am going to get that.
I know all this, okay? But I do like hearing it go on.
I'm going to get that. All right. Yeah, we got more to get. I got a whole stack. And maybe one day I'll pay somebody to like just only get the sound drops for me. One day. And what we'll say, got all my fab bids last night. Hope everyone else had the same luck. Let's go. What up, Drew? Said, glad I played Neighbors over Tyreek this week. Thoughts on playing Jennings over Hill? I mean, sure, man. Sure. I mean, we have no idea what's going to happen with Tyreek. If you think he's going to suck again, yeah, play Jennings. But Jennings ain't going to go for like 130 and 3 touchdowns or whatever. Like, so pump the brakes on the expectations for Jennings. But yeah, sure, why not? You made the right decision last week with Neighbors. Why wouldn't Jennings be the right choice over Hill this week? Am I right? And Jeff said Steelers D or the Chiefs. Steelers D or the Chiefs. Let's see. So probably Steelers versus the Colts. Man, Chiefs versus Chargers, man. I'm probably going Chiefs versus Chargers. As the week goes on, you know, we'll have more info about Justin Herbert and all that. Justin Herbert doesn't play. I mean, Chiefs are a smash. Yes, sir, Drew. When it comes to a guy like Tyreek, you're either going to trust your gut or you aren't. One of the two. And Rush Lord woke up at 2 a.m. so I could bypass my waiver priority and got Shakir for free. There we go. And that's always the best way if you could swing it. Waking up right at midnight on the West Coast. 2 p.m. in the Central, and then you get some of those free peeps. Z Smitty, would you trade Reed, Aaron Jones, Brian Thomas, Jonathan Brooks? It's already too many people, so I'm gonna say no. For Marvin Harrison, Nick Chubb, Jordan Love, Kareem Hunt. Meh. I mean, you're winning on players, you're losing on players, you know, and like when you're winning and losing at the same time, you kind of just end up in the same spot with different players. And like the way you win a trade like that is by luck, by someone just getting hurt. Because like outside of that, you're going to win on players, you're going to lose on players. So like there's so many variables. I want to make a calculated trade. not trade half of my team for half of the other person's team. And Chris, my league dropped Andrews, Shaheed, and Steele. I dropped my kicker defense to snag them all. Cool. Andrews has been sucking. Shaheed just put up a fat donut. And Steele's good. Steele's good depth. Oh, you know why Steele was dropped? Because Kareem Hunt was added to the 53-man roster. And I bet there's like people who think they're smart. Like, oh, it's going to be Hunt. It's going to be Kareem Hunt. Yeah, Kareem Hunt hasn't been practicing football for more than a week. So anybody who thinks that he's just going to come in and he's going to be the guy, they're just not thinking logically. Jeff, any word on Ken Walker, Joe Mixon? Both are backups. No word as of yet. Today's Wednesday, and we get the initial Wednesday practice reports, sometime today. And yeah, it's going to be ugly, man. Going to be ugly. Wednesdays, I just feel like this Wednesday we're going to get a lot of do not practices, a lot of limited practices, and it's like we just have to monitor it all the way up to Friday. And Z Smitty, man, yeah, I just don't like the 4-for-4, man. I don't. And Kareem Hunt will be to Steele what Dalvin was to Brees. Nothing, right? Said I hate this 4-for-4. He said or more type of trades. Said way too many working parts properly evaluated deal. Yeah, it's emotional. Like that's what it is. Like, oh shit, I only have to give up this, but I can get this, and like I got to give up this, and I got to give up this. Yeah, right. I don't know why people think Kareem Hunt's going to be a thing. I know it's like next man up, but it's like he wasn't the next man up. He was like brought in for depth, paid nothing. And like it took their star getting an 8-week time frame before he was even considered like bringing over. So yeah, do I have Hunt in a couple leagues? Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, I want to see what happens too, but let's be logically about this. He's not going to come in and be a guy. Yeah, Johnny, that's what I'm saying. I don't think Steele lost his job either. Like, hell no. And just, man, I love the idea. I'm just not giving up any starters. I could have Gibbs, Cook, Amon-Ra. I mean, see, like, that's the thing, though. Like, you say you're not giving up starters. Like, maybe they're not starters in this exact second. But, like, what about when all the bye weeks kick in? And, like, Reed, what about when Jordan Love comes back? I mean, I don't know. I don't like it. Like, if you want to cheer for all those people that you're trading for, go for it. You don't even have to ask me. Just do it. But, I don't like that trade. I don't like 4-for-4 trades. Like, you win on players, you lose on players, and then you're literally in the exact same spot because you won on some players, you lost on some players. You might be in a better place emotionally because you want to cheer for those players better. And like I said, if that's what you want to do, cheer for those players, just do it. Don't even ask me about it. I'm not saying don't ask me like that, but I'm just saying, like, if you're going to make an emotional trade, you don't need to ask anybody to make an emotional trade. Just make it on emotion, because I'm trying to stop you from making an emotional trade. Sometimes people don't want to be stopped from making an emotional trade. And Rushor has someone drop Swift last night is even worth the trouble to add. Not really. No, I mean, I've been talking trash about Swift I've been talking trash about Swift his entire career. And last year was one of the only years that I couldn't talk shit about him because he was actually behind a decent line and he didn't get hurt. Now he's behind a bad line again, and he looks ugly. He's had only a couple good plays in a couple games. Like, no. Unless you literally have a rotating spot where it's like last man on your bench you could give two fucks about. You pick him up and then you try to package Swift into, some kind of trade. But if he's still there sitting on the waiver wire, either people didn't notice or they don't fucking want him. And Triple X Lex is worth dropping the Ravens defense to pick up Mooney. I mean, dude, there are zero defenses worth holding. So, like, yeah, drop the Ravens for who fucking ever, man. And just figure out the defense later. Because I think James Cook is so high. Maybe trade ETN. Maybe trade into an ETN or some owner that could be panicking. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Why trade like Cook for like ETN like straight up? Said Cook is playing at his ceiling. Well, I mean, yeah, but It's only a ceiling because we've never seen them play this good before. We've also never seen Buffalo play this good before either. Buffalo is fucking killing it right now. Killing it. We've never seen Buffalo play like this in the first 3 games of the season, where they've thrown up 30 plus points in 3 games in a row, and like twice I think they held the teams under 20 while they're scoring like double. Like, man, just so crazy. Yeah, but I'm with you. Like, for anybody who think Cook is just gonna die, like, yeah, for sure, like, sell him off. But I don't know. This is the best we've seen. This is the best we've seen him play. It's the best we've seen Buffalo play in a lot of years. Like, probably since 2020, when they got Diggs and they just caught everybody by surprise because Josh Allen wasn't even Josh Allen yet. You know, like, maybe that's the only other time that we could say Buffalo was doing this good. But right now, they look like they're the fucking favorite to win the Super Bowl as of right now. And Jeff says, should I drop Demarcus Robinson for Wan'Dale Robinson? I'm not trying. I don't care about keeping Demarcus Robinson anymore. Like, it was nice for 1 week, but we see that if he has to go up against any kind of decent cornerback, he's not going to be good. He's really not. So anybody who we think has a little bit of value, let's just move, because Demarcus Robinson has 0 upside. 0. Just like Tyler Johnson, like 0 upside. Their upside is when everybody's on bye and you might need a flex. Maybe. Picked up Roschon last night because I think he's going to score more points than Swift. I dropped Zamir White for him. I mean, Zamir White's been kind of trash, so yeah, I'm with you. I don't know if Roschon's going to score more than Swift, but I mean, Swift is trash, so anything's possible. And Drew said, do you watch individual games or Red Zone on Sunday? Both. I have Red Zone up, and then I have individual games up. I don't watch every single individual game. I'm trying to get to that status, but I need more TVs and more Fire Sticks. But I'm usually watching Red Zone plus 2 individual games that I have the most fantasy pieces in. And like, I've been debating getting another. So I have my computer. I got the side piece for the computer, the other monitor, and then I got my TV. And I've been thinking about getting another TV to get another Fire Stick so I could have like 3 things going on times 2 TVs. Like, have like 5 games up plus Red Zone, you know, because most of the time that'll be a lot. That'll be pretty much like all the games. But yeah, I gotta decide if I want to make this move and get this other TV or not. Because I'm just getting ones that'll fit on my desk here. I have a big ass desk, but I'm not getting a huge TV. Last one I got, I think it's like 32-inch, something like that, just right on the desk. And but yeah, if anybody wants to get service going like that, you don't have to have YouTube. You don't have to have YouTube Sunday Ticket. No, you just got to hit me up. It's $40 a month, and you get every NFL game plus Red Zone, plus like just everything under the sun. You know, like, that's like the main things that we want is sports packages, and it has every single sports package, every pay-per-view, every movie channel, everything for $40 a month. You only get to stream on one device for $40 a month, but if you for $10 extra, you can get an additional device to stream on. And Drew, you the man. Thanks for the super chat, homie. Them dollar bills.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Let's get it. And Will said, what internet speed are you running there? You know what? I looked the last time when I hooked up my PlayStation 5, and I honestly can't remember. Like, I need to the wired, it goes way fucking faster, than the Wi-Fi. And I have the PlayStation hooked up wired, so it goes fast as fuck. But yeah, I don't even know. I forget. I mean, I know it's beyond high speed. I know that. Let's see. Let's even just do a speed test on my phone. I haven't done one of those in a while. Let's see if we're getting with all the shit hooked up and everything that I have right now, but not everybody's awake either. So not everybody's awake either. So I'm mainly using this stuff. All right, let's see. That speed test is going to try to charge me. I just want to check real quick. That's it. Just real quick. All right, let's see. I am at 657 megabits per second on the download. And 110 megabits per second on the upload. So I'm not sure how good that is compared to like others, but I know it's good, but I just don't know how good that is to others. But 657 megabits per second on the download and 110 megabits per second on the upload. And what your smash, buy low, your pitching trades out for across your leagues? Nothing. I don't play like that. Like it's that's like a fool's errand that you're going on. Like a lot of times you got to make sure that what you're going to offer is like going to actually make sense to the person who's buying. Anytime I've just gone and sent like massive trades out like that, unless it's someone that everybody is like completely out on for Dynasty, it's kind of hard to do something like that. And Jason, start 2. Garrett, London, Deontay. I'll say I'm gonna say who the fuck does Atlanta play again? I just said it earlier. Oh yeah, the Saints. I'm gonna go Garrett and Deontay. Strange to have the worst net in the lower 48. Oh shit, 10 megabits per second. It says the only company out here selling it. Watch more than one TV streaming is a fantasy here. Damn it. Damn it. And Will said hella fast. I mean, I pay for it, man. I pay almost $200 a month for fucking internet. It's fucking ridiculous. Also unlimited though, because like now even fucking internet companies don't want to give you unlimited. Like you gotta fucking pay out the ass for it. Because I didn't even realize, like when we first signed up, like I thought we signed up for unlimited and the bill was like $200 a month or whatever. And then I noticed, I was like, wait, why the fuck did it go over 200 this month? And I looked and they had us on our plan where like I would have to pay extra per like, you know, shit that we used over 1,000 gigs or like some, I don't even remember what it was. And what the fuck? How are we not on the unlimited this whole time? And hell yeah, man. And said you can't have internet being limited. It said they throttle you back, and that's bullshit. Well, yeah, I mean, not like on phones and stuff, not on this though. Much better or worse? I'm running about 100 download and 10 upload. It's going to be even worse at my new place. I'll probably get 50 max on the download. Oh, man. That stranger said still 10 times the speed. Man. It's crazy. That's crazy. Now, would you guys rather have it the way that you have it right now or pay like $200 a month? I think it's like 170. I'm just rounding up in my head. But would you rather... Ooh, home internet plans get throttled back in Canada depending on who you're with and the plan you're on, for sure. And that's also kind of bullshit, man. Like it's all fine print shit. Like I remember for the longest time, like when people were like, when I worked at Verizon and someone was, it was when unlimited internet was like phasing out. Like you either had it or you didn't. And like, I remember it was like T-Mobile or something, like they were, they were advertising the unlimited internet and like it's cheaper than Verizon and you get unlimited. And every single time I had to tell people, did you see that tiny little sentence like at the bottom that says you get like 300 megabits or like so many gigs, and then you get lower speed, so you only have high speed for as long as you're paying for it, and then they cut you down to like the real shitty internet. So it yeah, and I would have to like explain that shit to people that, man, they're trying to dupe you. And Wilson, I'm paying roughly just under 100 for that speed. Well, would you pay an extra 100 to get I'm just curious on how people think. Like I have to do it because it's a business, like it's a business expense, for me, and as much streaming and shit that I do, like I have to have unlimited. Yeah, because it would be even crazier now than it was. Like, luckily, I figured this out like only a couple months in to this shit, or maybe a year in. Oh shit, 10 megabits won't even get you 4K. You spend 5 times as much time buffering as watching. Yeah, for sure. And like, I know I stream in 4K, but like, I don't know. I feel like most of the time, 720. Like, I'm not even talking about me streaming. I'm just talking about watching somebody in 720. If I'm watching something in 720, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. So if it's like, you know, being lesser quality for, you know, no buffering bullshit, I'm all about it. I am all about it. They have the highest data rates in the world. Damn, in the world, Craig, not the country, the world. Damn. Let's have a new place. I'm gonna try to get 50 downloads for 1 month, and if it doesn't work, I'm going Starlink. So this thing in Canada, other places. Oh, don't have fiber. Okay, impossible to get that speed. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, because I mean, shit, even in a lot of places right now, like you can't get, you know, like, I mean, shit, like Crispy, you know, he's out in the middle of fucking nowhere, man. And like, he can't get like the high speed. Like, I don't know if he's ever done a speed test or anything, but I know a lot of shit, you know, he deals with buffering and shit like that. And I am your what up on Twitch. What up, homie? And Strange said, after a certain volume, I got throttled to. Nothing works when throttled. Said, not even the game I play. Whoa, damn. Yeah, you can change the quality on YouTube. And Papa J, what up, homie? What's going down, bro? What up, Josh? Got offered Walker for Hunt. You're getting Walker? Yeah, smash. As long as you're getting Walker. Smash. And that's why we pick up Kareem Hunt, ladies and gentlemen, because fools out there that'll send you Ken Walker where you may have to wait a week or two to get him back for Kareem Hunt because they think that he's going to be the Kareem Hunt of 2017. Man, smash, Josh. Tell me when you hit the accept. Let's hear it. And as one of my teenagers can, the lack of tech skills nearing legendary status. fraternity legendary status. Do you guys remember that Workaholics episode? Stan Halen. Oh man, anytime I hear legendary status, Stan Halen. And I am here. I stashed D Jones and 2QB league where if your team have 2 QBs, what tier RB can I target? Just go target someone who really needs randomly needs a QB. And just go after their best running back. Start there. Go find the team that really needs a quarterback. Go find the Jordan Love team. Go find the Deshaun Watson team. Go find the I don't know. Those are the first 2 that come to mind. Who's the other injured QB? The Tua team. Go find the Tua team. Yep. And once you get throttled, you must get MBs. Literally takes 10 minutes or more to open an email. Jesus Christ. You guys remember South Park with the ain't got no internet? This one time we were trying to open the email and it took 3 days and she died. Drop Madison for Corduroy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. I don't really like Madison like that. So, but I just feel like the more time that goes on, the more Madison is going to keep getting in work because Zamir just sucks, man. And it's not all his fault. Like, their line is just booty. And Chris said, what's your take on the Jags offense? I feel like they just went up against the toughest team in the NFL. So we got to kind of take that with a little bit of a grain of salt. Like that's what I think about the Jags offense. Like, are they going to be ass? Probably. But like them going up against Buffalo, like anybody who goes up against Buffalo is about to get their shit pushed in. So I'm not panicking as much as some, but I am pissed, about how it's been going down so far. And I do like what I saw out of them force feeding Kirk in the second half. Like I don't remember what he ended up finishing off with, but I do remember Like compared to the first 2.5 games that they played, like they were force feeding him in the in the last second half. And let me see what he actually ended up with. Yeah, see, 8 receptions for 79 yards. I mean, and I don't even know if he had any catches in the first half of that game. So that's what kind of gives me a little bit of that's what gives me a little bit of a cause to pause, on there. I'm not gonna fully panic. And hey, Bob Nick's in the house. Bo Nick's dad. What up, bro? And Josh said, just hit the accept. He said, I was shocked because I was high on Hunt myself. I mean, shit. It's good that you got him because now you're going to get Ken Walker. And you said it's a dynasty too. It's even better. Even better. Nobody even wanted Kareem Hunt 3 weeks ago. No NFL team. Like Ken Walker's, he's a little banged up right now. But outside of that, yeah, good, good move. Good move. And Restaurant said I got $299 download, $286 upload, CenturyLink, optical high speed, big cities should have it all hooked up throughout your yard by now. He said, and the price is pretty good too. Nice. What up, John? He said, does McBride look like he's going to play or should I stream tight end? Well, I'm pretty sure he got a concussion, so I don't think it's going to be up to him whether he plays or not. It could be, but just I would say be prepared as if he's not going to play. It's a concussion. So like if he plays, I'm playing him, but I don't know. Like a lot of times when you get El Concusto, now they make you miss the next week. So we got to just prepare. Crispy, what up, motherfucker? We're just talking about you. Now you live out in the sticks. We're talking about internet. And I was like, Crispy ain't got no internet out there. Stranger said, I only get throttled if I download more than one video game or have multiple games. Okay. Well, dang. DLC updates in a month. All right. Interesting, man. Interesting. All right. We're about to get into the week 3 starts and sits. And Underrated Roy said, damn, bro, you wake and bake with that big old bong. He said, you don't play around. Bro, told you, man, I do this for reals, not for thrills. This is just how we're living all day, every day. And yeah, Underworld, you came in right before we're about to start the starts and sits for all the games. But yeah, man, it's how we roll. It's how we roll, man. That's like that. That's why one of the reasons why I like meeting new stoners as well, because I like seeing how I compare and how hardcore I am, compared to others. I live in the least serviced area in the lower 48. He says it's so bad here in the part of Oregon and Cali, trying to become their own state. He said the good old state of Jefferson sometime. What? And Chris said, how do you like that rebuild move in the 35 so far? Let me go see, because I can't remember. I mean, I pushed like 10 trades through today. It's been crazy. My brain is like, from all the trades, I cannot remember any of them. Well, let's go see. Thanks for telling me the number. Let's go see what it is. DJ Moore for Romeo Dubs, a 25 first and a 25 third. That's nice. That's nice. Because I wasn't really super high on DJ Moore, like, anyways. This one, though, this is funny. So you got DJ Moore. See, this is almost where I don't like it, because you got rid of Amon-Ra. And I know that you got more picks because of this and got Romeo Dubs back as well. And really, I guess that's what it's all about. But you should have got way more picks for Amon-Ra. Like, I feel like that's kind of where you, like, kicked yourself in the foot. So it's like, so for Amon-Ra, let's see, you got 2 25 firsts, a 25 second, a 25 third, and Romeo Dubs. See, like, if you got that for Amon-Ra, just like straight up, like, I'd probably say yeah. I mean, either way, I mean, you're doing your thing. But like Amon-Ra warrants so much more than DJ Moore and a first and a second. Like, I know that he's not doing amazing right now, but like he's the type of guy that warrants like 5 or 6 draft picks just by himself, and not shitty draft picks either. So I just would have held. I just would have held a little bit, especially in this 30. It's a $30 league, right? So people like, they don't give a fuck. They're like 26, 27, throw it all out there. I don't give a fuck. It's only $30. I'll pay the next 10 years off if I can. Like I would have like sold to someone like that who like shit. They might have gave you their next first three round picks over the next couple years plus a couple more. But you got to find the right person. Not everybody would do that though. But either way, you turned Amon-Ra into a bunch. The roll, what up? He said that a Dunze trade looking like it's going to pay off so far in the battle of the brands. And what was it again? Who was it? It was a Dunze for who straight up? I mean, let's not get too excited about Caleb, though. I mean, that was a pretty shitty game on his end. It was just the best shitty game that he's had. And the Dunze's got to hope that Keenan Allen stays out the whole year. Oh, yeah, Dunze for Keon Coleman. Yeah, man. I mean, I would have traded I would have, like, if I would have had Keon Coleman, I would have almost traded to get anybody for him. So, yeah, because he's ass right now. He is ass. John Conklin, Strange. Man, John, you got to watch my tight end. You got to watch my waiver wire videos because I was stroking off Conklin this week. Okay. It's because of the matchup that Garrett Wilson has. So just make sure, John, that you are checking out all the waiver wire videos that drop on Monday and Tuesday. And yeah, you'll be a step ahead of the game. It won't be here on Wednesday that you'll be asking me. You would have already picked up Conklin. You would have already thrown him in your lineup. Let's go. Okay. Josh, he's not talking about Dynasty, though. He's talking about redraft. If it was Dynasty, I'd probably be with you, but he's talking about a 14-man redraft. I doubt he was going to play Keon Coleman. Now he might actually play a Dunze. It's a 14-teamer as well, and very thin out there. But yeah, for the long haul, I mean, see, it's crazy because like for the long haul, it's like a Dunze was the guy first, and then it's like fucking then kind of switches to Keon Coleman. Now it's back to a Dunze, I feel, in Dynasty. All right, everybody. Hang out for like 60 seconds. I got to go turn the air down. I don't know why it's getting so fucking hot in here. And Crispy says, so I guess in the 10-man league, you have to pay for all your future picks. I mean, I'm trying to get people on that, like for sure, especially if it's like a, you know, a kind of league changing, you know, type of trade. You will enjoy them, bro. They're all quick hitters too. All quick hitters. And I do it on the waiver wires offense. We do on Monday now. And I mix it into the live stream like you're about to see me mix in the starts and sits right now. So if you're actually on the live stream, like you'll get, you know, you can ask me questions in addition to getting all the waiver wire info. Say quickly before you get to your start and sit, would you pick up Dalton, drop Jalen Wright? Yes, man. I keep saying that Jalen Wright is nothing. It's like, dude, Jalen Wright is fucking nothing to that team. Especially right now when they're just ass cheeks. Like, who's going to go rush to pick up Jalen Wright? Yes. Go do it, dude. Do it. So I've got Bucky and Ray Davis as well. Benson riding the pine. Yeah, man. Do it. Okay. All right. Last bowl before we start this. See if anybody has any other questions before we get into this. I am here said Dalton is the super flex savior. I mean, right now he could be. Right now he could be. It's so funny. I picked up Dalton. He was available in a dynasty league, and I picked him up in a couple. Spent like half the fab like on him. And this motherfucker sent me a trade. He was like 5th and a 7th for Dalton. And I was like, bro, a 5th and a 7th like equals like pretty like absolutely nothing, right? It's like, why wouldn't I just keep him? And Bob said, dude, my league 0-3 sent me a trade offer, Swift and Joe Burrow for Hurts and Charbonnet. I'm counter with Kenneth Walker for Christian Kirk. I don't even know what to say to either of those. I don't even know what to say to either of those. Because I kind of don't like any of them. Francisco, what up? What up? He says, start a flex, Aaron Jones, Singletary, or Mooney. I think I'm leaning Aaron Jones. The Packers, as you know, Packer fan, the Packers have not been the best at defending the run. They've actually been one of the worst. And I know the Cowboys have been like one of the worst as well. But on a Thursday, I don't know if I want to trust Singletary, you know? And then Mooney, meh. Mooney's like a nice like dart throw flex-ish guy. But yeah, I think I'm going to go Aaron Jones versus the Green Bay Packers. But if you, being a Packer fan, Francisco, don't want to play Aaron Jones for that reason, then I think that I would start Singletary. But, you know, that's up to you if you want to throw him in against your Packers or not. Your Pickens finally going to go off this week versus the Colts. I mean, maybe. The thing that sucks about that is it is really tough for like opposing QBs to like handle biz like in that building. And yeah. But I mean, I don't know if he's going to go off, but I bet he flirts with 100 and a touchdown. Like Fields, I don't think he's capable of making a wide receiver go off, you know? John said Dalton or Richardson. Dalton? Sorry, you Richardson guys. And Francisco, I hate to play Jones. I think he's going to have a revenge game. I mean, it's, you know, it's prime setup for a revenge narrative, you know, and he's in Lambeau. He's going to Lambeau leap it. Yeah. And Amir said, hey, I'll take those numbers from him. I need a floor play. I mean, I don't think that that's his floor, but is that a possibility? Yes, I think so. 80, flirt with 100, 80, 90, maybe like that could be his ceiling. I don't think that that's his floor. I think that's his floor. He almost has no floor. Like maybe 43 and 40 would be like his floor. And Francisco, what do you think about the Packers wide receivers this week? Love is back. Is it official that he's going to play though? Like I want to see him be a full go in practice before I say anything, you know, about them. But here's the thing. Whoever's the number one, Byron Murphy Jr. is going to be on him. That's going to be a very, very tough matchup for whoever is being covered by Byron Murphy Jr. Now, I'm not sure who the fuck he's going to cover. That's the thing. Like sometimes he follows, but a lot of times he just sticks to the one side. So it could just be a bad matchup for the right side of the field, you know? So I think it's probably going to be a little bit fluky, but the guy who I like the most right now out of all their wide receivers is Reed. So just the way they move him around, the way they get him involved. Yeah. Reed would be the guy that if Love is playing, which I haven't seen him get a full go or like anything like that, but if Love is playing, Reed is a smash. I am yours said played JMO last week, so a better floor than that. Yeah, I mean, that's what sucks about a guy like Jameson Williams, you know, just like Shaheed, you know, like we think these guys like, you know, that they're just going to kill it like every single game. And then, you know, because they are somewhat one-trick ponies, you know, it's a little bit easier for teams to take them out if they actually try. That's the tough part. And so I think that Pickens, are they going to try to take him out of the game? Like, I don't think they're throwing double teams and stuff at him like all game. I bet they throw him in just a lot of man coverage, a lot of one-on-one. Because I feel like with Fields, you really don't have to you don't have to account for his passing like that much, you know. So we'll see. We'll see. And Corey, what up? What up? He said, I'm late. Well, we're about to start the starts and sits right now. So you're right on time. You are right on time. Perfect timing, actually.
You got perfect time. About to start a little puff give in this motherfucker.
Papa J, I watched the IDP. Got Holland on the pine as where he should be as of right now. Do I swap to Connor, Lake, or Whitehead, or Dean? And you're talking about the Connor from the Chiefs, right? If you're talking about the Connor from the Chiefs, I think I'm going him. And we got the Chargers this week, and like if Herbert's there, he has a bum wheel. Okay, like no matter what, like if he plays, he's not going to be 100%. So I like that for the defense. And if he doesn't play, and you got Taylor Heineke out there, I love the defense even more because like anytime he throws the ball, like could be a potential interception, you know. So yeah, that's who I'd play. I'd leave Holland on the bench, and I'd start Connor. He was one of the big pickups for me this week in the IDP, as you know, because you watched it. And couple questions on Patreon over here. Sorry about that, guys. Totally missed it. Tim C, first, keep Moore or pick up Mooney, Myers, Naylor, Shakira, QJ, or Lazard. Dang it. I wish I would have saw this earlier, because which Moore are you talking about? Are you talking about DJ Moore? Are you talking about DJ Moore? Dang it. And sorry, Tim. All right. Dang it, Tim. Sorry. Let me see. So DJ, I'll hold. Anyone else, you can drop. All right. And Stu, shout out to Stu. We starting Dowdle over Swift at this point. I mean, shit, Swift is like damn near droppable. So yeah, I mean, I would start anybody over him pretty much at this point. But I really am not a fan of Dowdle. So like I would be looking to make some kind of a move if possible. I know easier said than done for the running backs. And Francisco, last one, pick 2 flexes: Deontay Johnson, DJ Moore, Jaden Reed, McLaurin, Ramondre, Zach Moss. It's a lot of options there. Frizil, what up? What up? Who's Washington playing? Cardinals. Feel like I want to start Scary Terry, because now I think we're going to start seeing him line up on the left side of the field, or the right side of the field, a lot. Who the hell do the Bears play? The Rams. Patriots. And down, man, Francisco, and you're hitting me just at a bad time for this. You know why? Because I don't even know every single matchup yet. Like when I do these starts and sits, it's me like going through the entire process of like who's playing who and things like that. So make sure you ask this again tomorrow. Who the hell did Patriots play? 49ers. That's gonna be a tough matchup. Actually, but that Javon Hargrave is out. Things are changing over there. For now, I'm just gonna say Scary Terry and Jaden Reed. But again, just make sure you come back later and ask, because I haven't gone through my start sit process yet. Today, this is the start sit process. And Roll said I messed up drafting Bryce Young. It happens, bro. It happens. You weren't the only one that drafted him for sure. Matt said Shaheed, Cooper, Zamir, Mixon, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Man, I really like nobody that you have here. Like literally nobody. I'll go the wide receivers just because Joe Mixon, we don't even know like any kind of his status as of right now. Someone sent me their starts and sits. And Matt Stevenson, Singletary, or Najee. Singletary. Incognito. So what up, Hustler in chat? Who do you like? Rashee Rice, Bucky, A-Chain Downs. Rashee Rice and Bucky. But I wouldn't make that trade, though. Don't do it. Crispy said, give me my damn QB. Who's your QB? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? All right, let me finish this bowl. I'm going to rapid fire the starts and sits a little bit more this week. Last couple weeks, it's taken way too long. So we got to, we got 16 games that we got to knock out, and I'm going to do it a lot faster. Yes, sir. Don't make that trade, Incognito. Don't make that trade. And Marco from the future. What up? Matt said, appreciate the call on Survivor. Killing it right now. I'm taking the Chiefs over the Chargers. We're going against the Chargers again. Chiefs over the Chargers. Oh, the For Life Dynasty. Man, did keep tagging that fool over there. Did he pay? Still early, Crispy. Did he pay? Go keep tagging him. Tell him to pay. I'll tag him again. He said no. Do it, Crispy, you lazy son of a bitch. Marco said, should I pick up Hamlin, Pinnock, Jamel Dean, or Mike Jackson and drop Trayvon Walker? Man, see, I told you guys Walker fucking sucks. Told you guys Walker fucking sucks. I feel like I want Hamlin. For the long haul. He's been killing it. All right, he responded, Crispy. He said he's going to send it a little later today. So you're Gucci. You get it done. And Jonathan said, trade Devontae Adams for Walker and Darnell Mooney. Already have Charbonnet. But who do you have at wide receiver, though? Flash said, what's good, homie? Two things. Start Deontay over Ayuk. Probably. Yeah, going against the Patriots. I bet they really hold him down. And trade A-Chain Ayuk for Kamara DK standard scoring. No, I hate doing trades like that. Make a calculated trade. Not you get a better RB, I get a better wide receiver. No. Make a calculated trade. Frizzil, so you think Tyrone Tracy is a good handcuff to pick up? Depends on how deep your bench is. Like, I don't really like picking up handcuffs a lot of times unless you have a deeper bench and you just have like a, like not literally an open spot, but like someone that you don't really want on your team and you can drop at any time for someone else. Unless you have a spot like that, I'm not picking him up. And then if you did do that, he would be the next guy. That, like, if there's someone that you need to pick up, he would be the droppable guy, like, for them. John says, Chuba, Waddle, Braylon Allen. Fuck, I'd almost start Braylon Allen. Chuba, could it be good versus the Bengals? Like, it could be, but I feel like I just don't want to bank on him either. Like, I feel like I would rather bank on Braylon Allen, who I feel confident about getting 10 points. Like, could Chuba get 20 points? Like, yeah, he could. He could also get like 3, like we've seen him do before. So, yeah, I guess I just don't. Like, I want to see it happen for more than one game before I'm like, all right, I'm okay to start Chuba. And Jonathan said, Adams, Rice, Ayuk, and Slim Reaper. I mean, so pretty much what you're telling me right now, like when I see this, is that Adams is your best player at the wide receiver position, and that one of your 4 wide receivers who you probably really, really count on a lot of weeks is out. And another one of your wide receivers is playing really shitty, like right now, because of the injuries, like around on his team, and like everybody being able to focus in on him. So, like, I understand that you want to upgrade for Ken Walker. Ken Walker might not even play this week. And then you'd be bringing over Mooney. And then you have Rice, Ayuk, and Mooney. Like, that's so much worse than Adams, Rice, and Ayuk. So, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Hopefully, I can save yourself from yourself. See, I would say Rice is better than Adams at the moment. Maybe. But, and he is better than him at this exact moment. But who'd you draft like way higher, you know? And like now you're selling on him hella cheap. So yeah, is Rice doing better right now? Yeah, but you're just, because of that, it's like you're selling Adams for nothing. And then like you're gonna have a shitty shitty wide receiver too. And Walker's probably not even gonna play this week. And what up, Cole? He actually made it. And he said, for QB, do I go Carr, Williams, or pick up Geno or Darnold? Feel like I'd want to pick up Geno or Darnold. And I feel like I would play Darnold though. Who the Seahawks got this week? Oh yeah, the Lions. Could be a good Monday Night Football game, but I think I'm picking up Darnold. Eric, I said trade Ford and McLaurin for Kelsey. Nah, I don't even think, like, this is probably the first time that I'm ever saying like don't like go trade for Kelsey. The Chiefs got to figure out, like, they're winning, so it's like they don't have to figure out shit, like they're still winning. Yeah, it sucks, dude. And I'm sure he'll come around sometime, but I also don't want to pay for it anymore. Like, I really don't. It fucking sucks, man. It fucking sucks. And Outer Horizon, I think I should drop DeAndre Swift for Braylon Allen. I have Brees Hall. I've never been the biggest fan of Swift. And I feel like if you gave me the two options, who would you start this week in a flex, Swift or Braylon Allen? I would say Braylon Allen. So I'm just going to say, yeah, go grab him. John said, would you do Adams for Drake? What Drake? Drake London? I don't like trading wide receiver for wide receiver. We got to make a calculated trade. Why do you want to trade Adams? Like, is it you don't like him? You need him off your team or something? Because you need to make a calculated trade. What are you trying to improve? And getting rid of one of your best two wide receivers doesn't improve anything. So, like, what are you trying to improve on your team? And I'll let you know what I think. And Rice will finish season top 5 wide receiver if he stays healthy. Probably not, because as of right now, defenses are not keying in on him at all. There's only a matter of time before defenses start keying in on him. Can he be top 12? Maybe fringe top 12. But if you guys saw yesterday's show, you will know that I'll never say that Rashee Rice is going to finish as a top 12, because I have to keep motivating him. Thoughts on Tyler Batty taking over the backfield in the coming weeks? I think it's ass. I think most of the Denver Broncos are trash. Like, for fantasy, you know, like, I'm not hating on them all the way. For fantasy, you know. And Cole said, I have Love, though. That might be who you're starting. If he starts this week, I'm starting him. Quincy says start 2, Braylon Allen, Bucky Irving, Wandale, Allen Lazard. Oh, man, that's ugly. I will go Allen Lazard. And I will go Braylon Allen. Amir said Kelsey's killing me right now. I mean, Kelsey's killing everybody right now. And Quincy says start 1, Daniels or Hurst. So who? Hurts. Right? Gotta be. I would start Hurts. Yeah, Hurts. And Bobby think I should make an offer. Make an offer one of my wide receivers for Ken Walker. I have Evans, Drake London, Christian Kirk, Jordan Addison, Roman Dunze, Naylor, Shakir. I have like 3 running backs on my roster. Probably. And I would like try to trade some flavors, like Jalen Naylor and Khalil Shakir, the flavors of the week. Try to trade 2 of those guys for just one flex-ish RB like type of player. Daniel Gap start JD. You find out. Smith, AJ Brown back, right? Yeah, I feel like I don't want to start Hurts right now because of that. And Frizio, he said, waiting for Likely to have a boom game so I can sell his ass. I said, tired of him breathing the same air as me. Oh, man, it sucks, man. It sucks. And Spencer, what up, homie? What's going on, my brother? Daniel Shakir helped me win my game. He's startable. Yeah, he's startable. He's startable. All right. Here we go. Finish this bowl, and then we're getting into the starts and sits here. And start 4. DK, JJ, Rice, Garrett Wilson, Slim Reaper, London. I mean, you don't have to ask about starting Rice anymore. I don't think there's anybody in the world who, if you're picking 4 players, you're not starting Rice. So in the future, just throw him in. Don't even feel free not to ask about him. He's a surefire starter. JJ, feel free not to ask about him. He's a for sure starter every single week. It doesn't matter. Okay, now the other guys will start 2. Out of DK, Wilson, Slim Reaper, or London. Yes, sir. Thanks for coming through, Daniel Caps. Everybody who hasn't hit the like button, please hit that like button. Please hit that like button. And I'm going to go DK. He's been 2 on fire. Slim Reaper's probably not playing. And even though Garrett Wilson has a really bad matchup, I think I'm going to go Garrett Wilson over London because I'm not excited about London's matchup either. And it's a divisional game. So going to play him a little bit tougher as well. And Spencer sold Olave, Dobbins, and Sutton for Rashid, Jameson Williams in the keeper league. Thoughts? I like it because Olave is the only one that you sold that I'm like, yeah, I mean, he's like a good player. I don't know. Maybe I would have kept him. Dobbins, Sutton, get rid of him. And I don't really like the Jameson Williams part of this, but he's been doing way better than I expected for sure. And you got Rice. As long as nothing happens to him throughout the season, you're all good in the hood. And flash real quick, I listened to John Hansen on XM. John Hansen, who the fuck is that? Is that the red zone guy? Said he has Devonta projected as a top 3 wide receiver this week. That a stretch? Fuck yeah, it's a stretch. It is a good matchup though versus the Bengals. But yeah, top 3, that's a little crazy. I mean, if Andy Dalton, I'm mixing up Darnold and Dalton. If Andy Dalton feeds him like 20 targets or something like that, like, yeah, he could finish as top 3, but yeah, it's a fucking stretch though, for sure. That seems like a clickbaity type of like, I got to take this crazy shot. So if it hits, everybody's going to think I'm the shit. And if like, he doesn't hit top 3, well, nobody really thought he was going to hit top 3 anyways, That's just how I think some of these guys think when they give some of their bullshit takes. And if anybody wants to show some love for me answering your questions, hit that super chat button at the bottom of the chat. Hit that $. Throw a super chat or a super sticker in there, or get a membership for yourself, or even gift a membership to somebody else. I appreciate you. I have no corporate sponsors. So like all this, like there's like when I do the live streams, I don't have monetization on. Like you guys won't be seeing ads or like anything like that. So I mean on Twitch there is, sorry I am your, but I'm talking about on YouTube. Yeah, you won't see any ads or like anything like that. So always feel free to show some love by hitting that $, like our man Drew did a little bit earlier. And I am your salute. Salute. Yeah, yay, capitalism. Salute. Oh, man. All right. There we go. Let me answer. I got a message that just came in here. Hold on. Let me see. QB guy has Watson on the block. He wants Cook. Think about asking for Purdy. Okay. There we go. And one more. Hey, what up, Emil? All right, let me see. Vanessa used the streaming service also. She said there's a problem with it. Let's see. Usually when anyone has problems with the Blue Steel, it's really just about unplugging it, plugging it back in, clearing the cache, just like phone problems, computer problems. Same thing with the Fire Stick. If you guys ever have issues with the Fire Stick and like your shit is just like going slow, buffering, all kinds of fucked up. Like usually it just the cache needs to get cleared. And the easiest way to clear the cache, a bunch of cache, is by turning the device off and on. And the easiest way to do that on the Fire Stick is literally just unplugging it. And Emil, Darnold, or Goff. I'm going to say Goff as of right now. Could change. Need to hear about Darnold's injury news, but good matchup at home for him this week. And Aiden said I made a horrible trade last night in fantasy. Oh man, what was it? Oh, Pep. I got a big half PPR decision to make. Throw it in because I'm about to start my starts and sits. Let's see. I just traded Ayuk and Mason. Traded Ayuk, Mason, and Gibbs for Jefferson, Najee, and Singletary. I mean, yeah, that's a lot for Justin Jefferson, but shit, at least you got Justin Jefferson. Dalton is worth a pickup. There's a lot of people who are going to think it's fluke. So if you're able to pick them up now, do it. Pep, half PPR, start 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just sit Tyreek. Fuck it. His QB is going to be trash. So, yeah, to Tyreek, Marvin Jones, Neighbors, Nico. Yeah, fuck it, man. Just sit Tyreek. It's ugly, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, Juggernaut in the house. What's up? Okay. Yeah, never in a million years. I think I would have to bench Tyreek in 2024. I mean, it sucks, dude. And that's why I'm not even like thinking about it too much. Like, that's the first thought. Let's go with our gut. And it sucks. And Tyreek could go for 200 yards for all we know, but I fucking doubt it. With Huntley and guys who can't fucking throw the ball at all. Yeah, I'll take my chances with the other guys this week. And, Tyreek will forgive you. Because he looks very pissed out there. He really does. He does not look happy out there. All that speed, nobody can fucking hit him. Hey, Alex in the house. What up, homie? He said, what up, crew? He said, B-Rob for Rashee Rice trade. Who wins the trade? Whoever gets Rashee Rice, that's who wins the trade. He's been killing it. All right, hold on. Here we go. What John say? Need to drop Akers or Madison. Who would Akers play this week if, man, they play the Jags? See, I would just wait on Akers. I mean, we're going to drop Madison. And hold on, I gotta get the Twitch stuff up on my screen here because I didn't even shout out OPEP for first time chatter, new follower. Appreciate you. All right, there we go. Speed Demon. So at this point, I'm at the point of debating on starting Geno over Anthony Richardson. I would. Hell yeah, man. Am I overreacting on AR? No, because I told everybody that Anthony Richardson was going to ruin people's fantasy years. Like that was one of the biggest stances that I took. And then when I'm seeing all of these analysts putting him as like top 3, like I took an even stronger stance on telling people like not to draft him because he's not accurate. He's not accurate. I know going into week 3, he had more interceptions to man coverage than he had completions to man coverage. And no matter how you slice it, that's not good. That's not good. So yeah, I would do that. Fuck yeah, man. Don't go down with the ship, man. Don't go down with the Anthony Richardson ship. I mean, when he keeps his floor high by getting rushing, you know, and like, could he get 50 to 100 yards like on the ground? Like he could, and that's the thing that sucks. But could he throw like 4 picks and just take away like his points on the ground? Like, yeah. Alex says P Ryan droppable. Yeah, he's droppable. Especially if there's someone who looks any kind of shinier on the waivers right now. Yeah, he's droppable. Papa J, how we liking Ertz? I don't. So I think the conch gets more attention. I don't. Ertz was 5 for 38 last week, and that's like his ceiling. Like it's like, could he get higher than that? Yeah, but it's like they have him blocking like so much. So yeah, I don't like Ertz like at all anymore. Like there was like a spell where I was like, man, Jaden Daniels might be throwing down to him a bunch. And it's like, hey, you get like 3 catches, like 25 yards, 30 yards. Like he's just a fucking run of the mill tight end, you know, and like the ones that we fucking hate. So it's yeah, tight end's a wasteland for me. Like I've been saying this for years. Fuck the tight end spot. The tight end spot should be turned into a flex. Make it tight end premium so you give the shitty tight ends like this much more value and maybe you throw them in like as a flex. But like I've done this for years in all my leagues, eliminated the tight end spot because it's so ass. It is so ass. This year more than ever. Now people are going to start listening to me. It only took a couple years. And like I've even seen fucking bigger analysts like talking about how they should do this. And every time I was always put in the comments like, man, if I was as big as you, people would be doing this already because I've been talking about this since 2020 that it should be happening this way. And John said if Akers plays, start Chuba, Braylon Allen, or Chuba. Why is Chuba double in there? He's trying to trick me. I'll start Braylon Allen over Chuba. Alex said start Keenan or Mooney. Bro, why are you even asking? I'm just fucking with you right now, but why are you even asking about starting Keenan Allen? This motherfucker has not practiced in weeks. We don't even know if he's going to get out there and practice or play this week again. So I gotta say Mooney just because of that. Like, who in their fucking right mind right now would say start Keenan Allen? I would almost keep it a secret that I have him on my team right now because he is damn near droppable. Fuck Keenan Allen, man. He's such a bum, dude.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
So funny. That's why I'm asking. So we can talk shit about him, that son of a bitch. Oh, man. For anybody new watching, you know, when players are doing bad, we talk shit about them. You know, it's all part of the fun, man. It's all part of the fun. And, you know, I don't advocate for sending hate emails or hate social media shit or anything like that. Don't do anything like that. Okay. Just a reminder. And OPEP. If you're still out there on Twitch, I don't know if you use your Amazon Prime subscription on anybody, but with Amazon Prime, you get a free subscription to a Twitch channel. If you want to show some love, subscribe and use your Amazon Prime account, and you get it for free. And that's if you're not subscribed to anybody else already. I appreciate you. Okay. You guys ready? Here we go.
Are you ready?
No.
I said, are you ready?
Oh, if Akers plays. Okay, ooh, that was a good one. I guess I just assumed when you put if Akers was playing, like he would already be playing, and then it'd be like who you starting out of the other two. That shit's funny though. Probably Akers. Assuming that because he's gonna play, but it's assuming Joe Mixon does not play. Okay. Here we go. Hold on. One more for Speed Demon before we start. Opinions on Amari Cooper broke out last week, getting tons of targets. So Garrett Wilson or Amari Cooper. I mean, it is a revenge narrative for Amari Cooper going up against the Raiders. Garrett Wilson's going to be really, really tough matchup in Patrick Surtain. I'll say Amari Cooper this week. It's hard to sit Garrett Wilson, and like if you don't listen to me and start Garrett Wilson instead, I'm fine with it because I'd probably do the same thing. Like I hate Amari Cooper. But Amari Cooper, he gets the volume. It's a way better matchup. Like you said, he broke out last week. It's a revenge narrative. Like there's a lot of things on why Amari Cooper could do better this week than Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson, he's going up against Patrick Surtain, and one of the best corners in the fucking league right now. So that's either way, no bueno for him. Okay. Here we go. Into the starts and sits. We're going to be getting through these a lot faster today. Here we go. What up? Welcome back. It is week 4, and this is the start and sit show for the week. If it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, turn on all the notifications. I do this every single week. We're breaking down every single game. Turn on the notifications so you can come to the live stream so you can catch this live while I'm recording it. You guys ask questions specifically about your leagues. And if you have any questions, throw them in the YouTube comments. Let's get down to biz. We are starting off with Thursday Night Football. It is going to be an epic battle when the Cowboys go to New Jersey to face the New York Giants. And, oh yeah, both teams looking the exact opposite of what we thought that they were going to be this year, based on last year. Cowboys last week, this is looking like ass, getting ran all over. Giants last week, they're looking like studs, whooping all up over the Browns. I think it's going to be an ugly Thursday night game. Ugly divisional Thursday night game. Dak, would I start him? Yes. CD, would I start him? Yes. I mean, you're starting those guys. Well, single QB, maybe Dak's a little bit of a question, okay? But I think he showed last week. He's kind of got to start him. You know, he's got CD Lamb over there. And if they are actually losing at any time and they have to, like, throw, they're going to be doing nothing but throwing. And they really can't run the ball. So, like, for Rico and Zeke, I'm just leaning on sitting, man. They're probably going to disappoint you on a Thursday night. And like, that's the thing that sucks about it the most with this Thursday night game. Do we want to take the chance of getting disappointed? So in week 1, the Giants, they give up mediocre points to the Vikings running backs. And then in week 2, you know, to Washington, they gave up, let's say top 10-ish points to the running backs. But then last week, you know, Cleveland, someone who we think runs the ball like very well, they completely shut down their run game. Like they gave up like the 7th least amount of points to running back. So overall, they are giving up the 16th. They're giving up the 17th least points. That's the 16th most points, I believe, or the 15th most, whatever the fucking math adds up to. So I'm just gonna say the run of the mill and the Thursday. Screw Rico, screw Zeke, leave him on your bench. Cooks and Tolbert. I mean, we're talking dart throw flexes. I don't even want to play either of those guys. If I had to pick one, I'll say Brandon Cooks as just some kind of like dart throw flex because of injuries or whatever, and you have to make a choice on Cooks or someone else. I'll do Cooks. Outside of that, the tight end, Ferg. I mean, tight ends are so trash. I feel like you're just starting them either way. So if you got Ferguson, you're starting them. All right. Speed Demons, I appreciate that, bro. Hell yeah, homie. Crispy said Dak ends up with 40 plus last week. I mean, yeah. Now let's jump over to the home team, and we got the Giants, and led by Mr. Daniel Pace. led by Mr. Daniel Pesos Jones. I'm going to say single QB. Nah, I'm not going to start him. Super flex, you might be starting him out there. It really depends on the options that you have. I'm going to lean on him as a sit on Thursday night in this divisional matchup. Devin Singletary, he's a start for me, but he's like a flex start. And it's really because the Cowboys have been so bad against defending the running backs. I mean, as of right now, they're giving up the most points to running backs. So I feel like Singletary, you can feel at least a little bit secure with that. I don't want to take too many chances, though. Neighbors, I mean, come on. Like, are we sitting him anymore? I feel like everybody who has him just wants to start him now, right? I mean, you almost have to. I mean, Cowboys, they're giving up so much more points to the running backs than the wide receivers. They're giving up the 14th least amount of points to the wide receivers. So do with that information what you may. I'm probably still starting Neighbors because Pesos, like, yeah, he throws to like Neighbors and Wandale, and like that's it. And no, I'm not starting Wandale. If you're kind of desperate for a flex play, like maybe that's the only way I would consider him. But yeah, it's Singletary and Neighbors. Those would be the two guys that I would be starting off of here with, at least a little bit of confidence. And Pesos in the super flex, like, yeah, I might consider starting him. Quincy, what up? Start 2, Ford, Steele, Pollard, Bucky. As of right now, I'm going to say Pollard and Steele. Answer could change later, so never take a Thursday or a Wednesday answer as the final answer. Sunday matchups. We got the Bengals going up against the Panthers. Joe Burrow, I'm going to start him. Zach Moss, going to start him. Flex, that's about it. Jamar Chase, Higgins, I feel like you got to start him. It is a little bit of a tougher matchup. Feel like you got to start him. Yoshi, he's a long shot dart throw, and there could be a lot worse matchups that you could have on your bench. So I'm going to say he's like a startable flex to me, not a wide receiver 2 or anything. I'm starting Higgins with a little bit more confidence. There was just a few balls that just went the wrong way, big pause for Higgins. I mean, he dropped a couple. Like one was like would have been a touchdown, but as he was going down to the ground, he couldn't maintain possession. Got a PI in the end zone. So there, a few plays happened differently, and we're not liking Higgins, week as much. So yeah, I just really feel like a guy like Higgins, he got a lot of hate for coming back and not having a bunch of points. But if you actually watch the game, he did get a lot of work. It was just, a lot of bad luck, I would say. Mike Gesicki, I'm going to start him. I mean, the one way that you can kind of move the ball really easily on the Panthers is the tight ends. I mean, I don't know about Brock Bowers last week. They kind of like switched up a little bit. But, yeah, I would be starting Mike Gesicki because the tight end landscape is just straight booty. Now over to the home team, the Panthers. Andy Dalton. In a super flex, I would definitely consider starting him, depending on who your options are. And Chuba, I'm leaning on sitting him. I mean, he's kind of like a flexious. He's kind of like a flex guy, you know, at best. I want to see it 2 weeks in a row before I just say he's like a locked and loaded starter. So it depends on your options. Maybe he's a flex. I'm leaning on sitting him, though. Deontay Johnson, he's a start right now. If Dalton feeds him the way that he fed him last week, gonna be a lot of volume for Deontay. A lot of people are hyped on Leggett. I'm not. I want to see it first. Don't start him. Mingo, we're not starting Mingo. Tommy Tremble. He actually got a little bit of work with Dalton, and I'm still gonna say sit him, but let's get him on your radar. This game's gonna be really ugly, I think, with no fans in the stands. Spencer, Yoshi's a sleeper. I might be biased as a Bengals fan, but might end up top 30. Very TD dependent, though, for sure. For sure, TD dependent. Quincy start 2. Wandale, Xavier Worthy.
X gon' give it to you.
Wandale, damn. I mean, all these guys scare me. I'll leave Waddle on the bench. I said Chuba's one of those guys who lights up your bench and then lays eggs when you start him. Talk about it. Christy said I'm about to bench Kelsey. For who? Like, all tight ends are trash, man. Muir said, damn, RIP to whoever added Thielen because of Dalton. I mean, at least he went out in a blaze of glory. He died on the field for us, got us a touchdown at least, you know. So he still did good. He was a decent flex for us. And yeah, this one goes out to Kittle if he plays. I'd probably play Kittle over Kelsey. Corey said likely Schultz, Conklin, Strange, or Taysom Hill this week. Conklin right now, it might be Strange if what's his name doesn't play again. Ingram. What up, Corbin? Papa J. If he dies, he dies. So long, Adam. All right, here we go. Let's get back into it. Now we got the Saints going into Atlanta, another divisional game here. Derek Carr. I'm leaning on sitting Derek Carr in a single QB. Super flex, it's like all guys like this are, you know, amongst like potential starters. Alvin Kamara. Falcons have been a little bit tough against the run. I believe they're giving up the third least points to running backs right now. Yes, the third least points to running backs right now. So if you have him, you're probably going to start him. But I'm just saying, like, make sure your expectations are exactly that he is going up against one of the tougher run defenses in the league right now. And at least the ones not giving up a shitload of points. Chris Olave, I'm starting him. Raheed Shaheed. Man, I feel like he's a flex guy, and I don't want to start him, but he's like flex-ish, you know, at best. And for the tight ends, I'm just going to don't start any of the tight ends versus them. The Falcons, they've been real stingy about giving up points to the tight ends. And there you go. There's the Saints. Oh, dang it. I totally didn't click and put that back on there. Fuck. I think I will have to fix that in the post-editing now. All right. What up, Zeb? What's going down, bro? Zoo Crew, I might start Komet over Kelsey. Hufanga on waivers just got him. Nice.
Nice.
Bo said no one picked up Emmanuel Wilson off waivers. There we go. Dropping Tyler Johnson. Get it. Dow Mac, what up, bro? He said, just wondering, I'm down. I'm a little down bad for wide receivers. Should I start Trey Tucker, Demario Douglas? I'll go Douglas. At least they were trying to get him involved in a bunch. Prime Time, aka Prime Time. What up, homie? New follower on Twitch. Opinions on trading Nico Collins for David Montgomery and Shakir. Don't do it. Don't do it. Not if you're, unless you're getting Nico. Do not do that. Don't have a strong run game. I mean, but yeah, don't trade like the top wide receiver right now for him. And Spencer said, what's your team? So I used to be a Chargers fan until they had a bad breakup with the city of San Diego. And so now I'm just a free agent. I just cheer for my fantasy teams. Unbiased fantasy opinions. Jaden Daniels, Derek Carr. Jaden Daniels. And now the home team. Kirk Cousins. What do we do with Kirk Cousins? Because it's like every single week, it's like we get a different version of this guy. And I don't know about you guys, but it really chaps my ass. Now, what I will say is the Saints, they are holding down the quarterback position. And that's the thing that kind of sucks, is it's a really bad matchup for Kirk Cousins. So on a single QB, I'm going to sit him. Super flex, you might have no choice but to start him. But in this crazy divisional game, even in super flex, I'd be leaning on trying to start someone with a better matchup. But if you got to start him, you got to start him. I mean, it is what it is. Bijan, you're never sitting him. Drake London. I mean, one of the things that sucks about going up against the Saints is their cornerbacks and how good they are, and Lattimore, and how they can take the number one guy like out of the equation a lot. So I'm going to say you're probably going to start him anyways. But if you're in like a 10-man league, I'll lean on sitting him. And Darnell Mooney, because there's going to be so much focus on Drake London, I would be okay starting Darnell Mooney in a flex spot if that's like, you know, one of the last things. Would I rather start Mooney over Drake London? Almost. I almost would. Ray McLeod, no, it's a nice experiment. Kyle Pitts, this is another guy who, I mean, kind of just been sucking, right? But the matchup is juicy for him in, you know, last week. I mean, look what Dallas Goedert did to him. I know it took like everybody else kind of being out, you know, to do that. Saints gave up decent points to not even Ferguson, right? Wasn't it Schoonmaker, you know, who went up against them? And the only time they did good with defending a tight end was when they played Carolina week 1, and like Tommy Trumbull's like their tight end, you know? So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about the Falcons, especially Kirk Cousins, especially Drake London. But let's go. Let's go. Jackie Koo, PPR, should I trade Rashee Rice and Devonta Smith for CD and Bowers? How bad do you need a tight end? Because I really don't want to trade Rashee Rice, who's been killing it. Here we go. Week 4 must just be a week of divisional games because we got the Jaguars going into Houston to take on the Texans. T-Law, I'm sitting them. Travis Etienne, I'll play him. Christian Kirk, ooh, I'm not going to play him because he's probably going to be covered by Derek Stingley. And I don't want to start anybody else over here. If anybody, it'll be a tight end. I'll start Evan Ingram if he plays. I'll start Brenton Strange if Ingram does not play. But it's all ugly for the Jags right now. And this is going to be one of those probably really bad divisional games. And that's why I don't want to start many pieces from this Jags offense this week. Down Mac, I'm actually starting to believe the undisputed number 1 overall fantasy draft player gets cursed. Not always, but, you know. And it's because the expectations are so high. I mean, that's one reason for sure. Yeah, I kind of feel like I could survive off of Ingram and Firemouth. Plus, I also have Neighbors and Drake. I can really go in for any top receiver for sure. For sure. I mean, but Rice is a top receiver. So, yeah, like I don't want to trade Rice for CD. I want to figure out how to get him on the same team. Easier said than done. And now the home team, the Houston Texans. Man, Joe Mixon, come back to us. Come back to us. CJ Stroud. I'm going to play him versus the Jags. Jags have been, I guess, mediocre at best, right, against the QB. I mean, as of right now, they're giving up the third most points to the QB. So, of course, we're going to exploit that matchup. And then that means that you got to play Nico for sure. And you got to play Stephon Diggs, like they just showed. Tank Dell, he's the guy who I'm not playing. I know he's a little banged up. He's got the Q next to his name here. We got to see how practice goes for him as well. But Nico and Diggs, it just seems like those guys are like must starts to me, the way that they can use them. And then Tank Dell is going to be the guy probably during a lot of these bye weeks where maybe he's more valuable to you. And in certain, just certain type of matchups. And I guess this could be the matchup, right? Jags just giving up the extreme booty to the wide receivers, but I'm leaning on sitting Tank Dell as of now, maybe a flex play. And Dalton Schultz, I don't really want to play Dalton Schultz. He's been kind of a disappointment, and it's just because they have so many good pieces over there. And the Jags are giving up like the 13th least points to the tight end, so it's not necessarily like that good of a matchup either. So there you have it on the Houston Texans. On to the next. Flash that on point today, man. Got that Doughboy shirt on, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And Bob, it always happens to the first pick. I mean, that's why a lot of times people are like, I didn't have the first pick and I won. Because it's not necessarily about the first pick. It's about picking the right person. And what sucks is a lot of times there's a general consensus on the number one, and people feel like they have to take that number one. Because we all did with CMC. I mean, there were leagues where I didn't take CMC and I had the number one, but you know what I mean. Knicks, Minshew, Geno, start one. I'm going to start Geno versus the Lions on Monday Night Football. And Cy, what up, Cy? He said, would you guys drop Jalen Tolbert for D-Hop, deep PPR league? Probably. I don't really like either one too much, but we saw life. We saw life out of Hopkins. Pitts or Zach Ertz? Pitts. Here we go. Next matchup on the docket, we got the Broncos going over to New York to play those goddamn Jets. Bo Nix, I'm going to sit him versus those Jets. Javonte, going to sit him. Jaleel McLaughlin, going to sit him. Tyler Batty. I know there's going to be some people who kind of flavor of the week, pick up, but please do not start. Cortland Sutton, no. Reynolds, no. Vele, no. Dolch, no. Do not do it. We got a bunch of bums this week, and they have one of the toughest matchups going up against the Jets. Look at what they did to the Patriots last week. Don't do it. Bob, go, son. Fuck. I did not click this again. God damn it. Now I got to do post fucking editing shit. It's because I take it off so my face isn't covered up here, but I'm just going to leave it on. I don't care about my face being covered up. It's going to make more fucking work after the fact. Okay, other side. It's so funny, man. We got Bo Nix's dad just chilling in the chat all the time. That's fucking awesome. And even more awesome that Bob's just going along with it. I know it's a huge banner. I know. That's why I keep taking it off and on. But man, I'm getting it's because I haven't smoked. That's why I haven't smoked, and we're getting almost through 5 games here. But I gotta go faster. I can't do those 4-hour shows, man. It slows me down so much on everything else. Okay, here we go. Other side of the ball here, we got those goddamn Jets. And Aaron Rodgers, I feel like after last week, you really have to start him, right? One of the things that sucks about the Broncos, they're giving up the 4th least amount of points to quarterbacks. So that by my calculations, that's not good. But they are giving up a bunch of points to the running backs, though. They're giving up like top 10, top 11 numbers. So yeah, Brees Hall, worth doing it. Garrett Wilson, you're going to start him, okay? You're going to start him either way, but I'm saying sit him this week. Patrick Surtain Jr. You don't want any parts of that. Like, you'd rather play a Lazard or a Mike Williams because Surtain's not going to be guarding them like ever. So that means that he's probably going to be all over Garrett Wilson like a cheap suit. So it's like Tyler Conklin, Mike Williams, Alan Lazard. All those guys could have like whatever flex play, type of games. And I would start Conklin because the tight end landscape is just so ass. It is so ass. And I would start Alan Lazard over Mike Williams, like if you guys like need a dart throw like that. But that's all those guys are, is a dart throw. Because look at Lazard last week. Like, he didn't get that much volume. Like, he got lucky that he got the touchdown. So he ended up having good points at the end of the day. But all these guys are like, touchdown dependent, like flex plays, and that's about it. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, Vikings, Packers. Quincy, would you drop Wandale for Keon? I guess it's just because I really don't like Wandale at all. We got another big divisional matchup here. We got the Vikings going over to Green Bay. Sam Darnold. Earlier in the week, they said that it was a bruise, that he does not have any structural damage to his knee. So we're going to be paying attention to the injury reports, but I think he's going to be okay, just having the bruise. And would I start him in a single QB? I'm going to say no. The Packers have been one of the toughest secondaries to throw on out of the entire league. Now, Superflex, I probably would. Superflex, I probably would. It all depends on your options. The Packers, they're giving up the 15th least amount of points to a quarterback. So kind of middle of the road, nothing. Oops, hold on. Yeah, kind of middle of the road, nothing too crazy. They were giving up a bunch of points to the running backs, but then they had such a good game against the Tennessee Titans that kind of made them like middle of the road as far as like giving up points. But I don't care about that because we got a revenge narrative. Aaron Jones going back to Lambeau Field. And yeah, let's see. He's going to get a Lambeau leap. I can almost guarantee that. And Aaron Jones, anytime touchdown, book it. Justin Jefferson, you're playing him. If Jordan Addison is not playing, then I would play Naylor because Justin Jefferson is going to be going up against Jair Alexander, and that is one of the tougher cornerback wide receiver matchups that you can have in all of football. But we're still starting Justin Jefferson. We're not even thinking about taking him out of the lineup because as long as Darnold's in there, he's going to be slinging the rock to him, and that's all we want. Here we go. Now to the home team, those Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love practiced last week. He might be playing this week. We need to monitor the practice reports. And if he's playing, I'm going to play him. The Vikings are one of the tougher defenses in the NFC right now. And they're giving up the 9th least points to quarterback. So it is a really tough matchup, but he's at home. He's got an array of weapons, and, we're going to deploy him. We're going to deploy him in a single QB, and, of course, we're going to deploy him in a super flex. Now, Josh Jacobs, I feel like you almost have to start him at least. I mean, if nothing else, as a flex. I find it hard to believe that you would have, like, 3 better running backs on your team. That's like an 8-man league or something. So if you have depth like that, yeah, just go ahead and sit them because the Vikings are giving up the 12th least amount of points to running backs right now. And I know 3 games is a small sample size, but it's all we have to go off of right now. But I'm still gonna play him unless you like have 3 amazing options to play over him, at least 2, I guess, plus a good flex. Reed, I'm playing him. Watson, I'm sitting him. Dubs, I'll play him in a flex. And please don't play any of the tight ends from the Packers. I hope you're not doing that anymore. Come on. On to the next. There we go. All right, let's see if I can remember not to fuck up. Yeah, Big Bando, what up? And let's see. Joseph, he said trade James Conner and Hunter Henry for McBride. McBride might not play this week. Kind of sucks, though. Big Bando, I traded White for Najee and Mooney, honest opinions. I feel like people are like quitting on White like really early. I'm not mad at it, but you know, I mean, that's I don't know, like Najee and Mooney. I mean, Najee's kind of banged up right now. Like it's kind of whatever, man. Dal Maxa, would you drop Dallas Turner for Henley? Yeah, I would. And Henry Gesicki Conklin this week. Conklin. And Abraham, start Diggs, Sharps, Mooney, or Devonta Smith in a double flex, no PPR league. K9 might be back. Well, yeah, I mean, but we got to we don't know. We don't know anything about him as of right now. Yeah, I'll just say the first two as of now. Make sure you just keep coming back throughout the week. Quincy, Pitts or Conklin? Pitts. What up, Dylan? 0-3. Made a must-win now trade. Sent Richardson, Garrett Wilson, ETN. Got Lamar, Ayuk, Montgomery. I mean, I like Lamar way more. Ayuk, I mean, him and Wilson are just kind of like similar to me, so I guess it's not that bad. And yeah, Monty over ETN. I mean, yeah. He said couldn't afford a loss. He said love Wilson. Yeah, it's a bad matchup for him this week. Yeah, I mean, if that's the only way that you could have made that trade, I mean, props to you. I mean, it was all about getting a better QB, right? I mean, that's essentially what the trade was about. Big Bando, thoughts on Leggett? Man, you just missed me talking about him a couple minutes ago. I'm sitting him. I think that over time he could be good, but I guess I'm just not buying the hype like a lot of other people, you know, are thinking that he's going to come in and just like, I don't know, just get a shitload of volume and stuff. Flash over Mahomes, B-Rob, Dowdle for Purdy. You can afford. Do I accept? Nah. I hate trades like that. I'll always save you guys from yourself because, like, just don't even make trades like that 3 for 3 where you win and lose at the exact same time. Because when you win and then you lose, you're like kind of just starting back in like the same spot that you just were, you know, but just with different players. All right, I remembered this time. 1 second, Jonathan. Next game, we got the Steel Dogs going over to Indy. Justin Fields, don't play him. Najee, I'm leaning on playing him, but it's going to come down to his availability. I mean, it's because the Colts, they might have one of the worst run defenses in the league. They're giving up like the 5th most points to running backs right now, so that's why I'd play Najee and or Warren if, you know, one of them doesn't play. George Pickens, though, man, I really don't want to play George Pickens, but the Colts are giving up so many points to the wide receivers that you almost have to. Calvin Austin, he's like a dart throw, like flex guy. And Pat Freiermuth, I mean, Pat Freiermuth is like, because the tight end landscape is so booty, I feel like you have to start him because the Colts are giving up like the 3rd most points to the tight end. So, I mean, kind of just you got to go with it. So, yeah, I mean, I'll start Najee or Warren. You know, if one of them starts, if only one starts, even better. If neither one of them starts, I mean, Corduroy Pimpin', man, go pick him up and get him in your lineup somehow.
Come get on that.
Let's go, man. We haven't been able to deploy Corduroy Pimpin' in a long time.
Pimpin' ain't easy.
Now you might get a chance. Now we got the other side of the ball here. And even though he's at home, man, Anthony Richardson, I am sitting him versus those Steelers are giving up the 8th least points to quarterbacks. I don't want it. No parts of it. Jonathan Taylor, if you got him, I mean, you just have to start him. There is no like not starting him, right? But for what it's worth, Steelers are giving up the 5th least points to running backs. So, I mean, that's super ugly. They're giving up points to the tight ends. Like they're giving up like 10th most points to the tight ends. But do we really want to start Granson? Like I feel like you got to be desperate. But if you needed like a desperation, like dart throw tight end, I mean, I guess you could do way worse than that. But yeah, I really don't want to start anybody. Like, I mean, nobody really wants to start Pittman right now, right? Like, does anybody want to take a shot that like Downs actually ends up being a thing like right away? Alec Pierce, like maybe if you're taking like a dart throw, but I really don't want any part of the Colts. And it's because the Steelers defense has been on fire so far this season. Not a lot of production coming against those Steel Dogs right now. All right, let's see. Need to start between JSN, Dobbins, JSN. Also got Garrett Wilson. How you feel about him this week? I mean, you didn't hear me talking about him earlier where he's got one of the toughest matchups this week versus Patrick Surtain? Super nervous about him. Super nervous. Flash said, I feel like Patterson's a sneaky flex play there for sure. Definitely. I mean, it all depends on, if Warren doesn't play. He's going to be on the shelf for a few weeks. Okay. Because of the hammy, or was it a new, because the hamstring again or something new? Guess I just didn't, guess I just missed that because he's been so irrelevant so far. But yeah, Corduroy Pimpin', man, real sneaky this week. Almost too sneaky. But the Colts are just so bad on at defending the run. Like just imagine Corduroy getting out on some jet sweep or some shit like that, housing it because nobody could catch his ass. And Corey said Fergie, Conklin, Freiermuth, Komet. I'll go Fergie. Jason, what up? Puff pass. Garrett Wilson plays Denver or Drake London against the Saints. I'll go Garrett Wilson because both are bad. Both have bad matchups. Okay, hammy. Yeah, it sucks. Probably going to be dealing with that like literally all year, huh? That shit fucking sucks, man. All right. We're going to keep this going. All right, but you know what? I need a bowl, though, because, it's fucking up and not putting the fucking header on there and shit. And, man, now I got to add that in post-editing. Like, man, so annoying. So annoying. All right. Yeah, because the less things that I could do in the post editing, the quicker that everything goes for me. So that's even why, like, because in the past, I don't know if you guys remember when I was doing this in like 2020 or whatever. I mean, that's when I was doing it like heavy, but I would do it for every single position like separately. And I would make the fucking little doc or whatever with like all the names, start these guys, sit these guys, and man, it took so fucking long. So hopefully people like the way that this is going, and because this is kind of like one of the only ways I feel like I can make this happen. And what up, Ed? Did I not answer this? I said, how you like Mike Wilson? He's whatever. Conklin, Corey. Bob, someone dropped Warren in my league. I got secured. Wilson on my bench. Jalen Worth a pickup. I don't think so. Not right now. So this is way better. It's better time management and quality for sure on the starts and sits. All right, perfect. When I was doing this in 2020, it would literally take me all night. I'd start at like 10 o'clock at night and I'd be recording and editing until like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And I would get the videos out there quicker. Like they'd be out when people wake up. Like that's the downfall of doing it this way, is it doesn't get out there as early. The Mighty Don, start Kyler or Daniels. I'm sticking with Kyler. Daniels has been good too, but he does lack some upside. Okay. Okay. What's the next matchup? And I'll get right back to you, Frizzil. We're jumping over to the next game here. Next game on the docket, we got the Rams going over to see the Bears in Chicago. And oh man, this game's gonna suck. It really is, because I kind of don't want to start anybody like from the Rams. The Bears, they're giving up the second least amount of points to quarterbacks. And then with Stafford not having Cooper Kupp or Puka, yeah, I really don't want any parts of that. Kyren, that'd be really the only guy, because the Bears, I mean, they're giving up some points to the running backs. I mean, Pollard did good against them, and we saw what JT and others did to him. Those are the only guys. Like, that's it. I mean, we're obviously not starting Cooper Kupp, right? Demarcus Robinson, want no parts. Tutu, want no parts. Colby, want no parts. Tyler Johnson, want no parts. If anybody, it would be Tutu. That's a desperation flex play, and it's because of how they use him. So Tutu in the flex, that's the only person that I would start out of their receiving core or their quarterbacks. And Kyren, yeah, I mean, I feel like no matter what, Kyren, you're starting him every week, no matter what, right? At this point, RBs is just so bad, like you have to. Okay. And once I get through this game, I'm going to get back to the chat, guys. So just bear with me. Just hang out. Hang out. Now to the other side of the ball here. And the Rams, they've given up a shitload of points to the quarterback. So I don't want to start Caleb in a single QB, but a super flex. I do have a little bit of confidence for him this week. I mean, he really sucks. Like, like right now, like not him. It's like his offensive line sucks. The running game sucks. And so like all these pieces around kind of make him like suck a little bit too. So, but Caleb, super flex, I would start him though. DeAndre Swift, Roshan, Khalil Herbert. I really hope that you're not starting any of these running backs anymore. The Rams are giving up the 14th least points to running backs, so it's not like it's any kind of like a good matchup, for those guys. Now, DJ Moore and Roma Dunze, though, I don't know about Keenan Allen. If he plays, like, good luck. But if Keenan Allen doesn't play, which he hasn't been, I would say DJ Moore and Roma Dunze, you just start them. The secondary for the Rams isn't that good, and they're giving up like the 4th most points to wide receivers right now. So, yeah, this would be a matchup that I would exploit. And the tight end, same kind of thing there. I mean, they have San Fran has no George Kittle like last week, and that was like the only week that the Rams didn't give up like crazy booty to the tight ends. So Cole Kmet, that's a good matchup as well. And I would say deploy Cole Kmet. I don't know how often I'm going to say to deploy this many Bears in the same game. So take advantage, all you Bears fans. Get them in now while you can. All right. Hey, what up, King D? Shout out to the LBC. And Frizzle got another deep ass question. Thoughts on Tommy Tremble? I mean, I talked about him earlier. Like, he's a for sure dart, like crazy ass dart throw. That's about it. That's about it. And Jay said Wilson really Denver is second with only allowing 138 points a game. New Orleans 25th. Yeah, and said Drake wouldn't be smarter. Well, see, the thing is like the reason why they gave up a bunch of points is because of Marshawn Lattimore like being out for like I think he missed the last 2 games, if I'm not mistaken. If he comes back, that's one of the worst matchups that any wide receiver can have. So it doesn't mean other parts of the field can't be had. That's why I said I would start Mooney over him. But if it's Lattimore who's out there, he's probably going to shut him down. Lattimore always shuts down divisional, like the top wide receiver in the divisional games. Like he always does that. So if he's not playing, then that makes me like him a little more. But see, we got to know the individual matchups, just, not just the overall stats. And John lost AJ, Slim Reaper this week. Need to start Naylor and Yoshi. What do you think? Godspeed, man. Godspeed. It's really all that, it's all that we can say. And hey, what up, Bees? Bees in the house. You know what? Let's do a dab for Bees. Because the drip, you guys got to fuck with the drip if you do not already. And maybe I should go like this. It's actually a little bit easier for me to do. DRIPP. All right. Drip Extracts on Instagram. Go follow them. All right. I may have to open up a new one, but yeah, we're gonna do we're gonna fire up a dab for the wafers and the drip crew. Appreciate you, Bees. And for everybody who's in the wafers tournament, me and John Doe, we're gonna be doing a live stream this Friday and potentially every Friday. I don't know. Maybe it's every other Friday. I mean, we'll kind of see what happens on how this is going to work out. But you guys want to come in, ask questions, talk some shit about your squads, or other people's squads, matchups going on, anything like that. Just going to be a fun time. It's going to be a quick little hitter, little 30, 45 minute hitter. What Jason say? Wilson is mathed up against what? Oh, I know. I already said that. I know. He's also got Aaron Rodgers throwing him the ball. A little bit of a difference between Aaron Rodgers and Derek Carr. And even though Derek Carr started hot, we saw him come down to earth. Said, gonna be dope. That week 3 review should drop today. Nice. All right. And here we go. Dabs. Hell yeah, it was a big week scoring wise. It was I think the first time my team actually scored like really good. Yeah, 153. I'm sure that's nowhere near the tops. Corbett saying Kenny Moore left injured hip. Ooh, so one more reason. There you go. There we go. That hurts their pass D and their rush D. Cousins, sorry, Cousins. I'm mixing up my games, man. Never take a Wednesday answer as a final answer anyways. So we shouldn't even be arguing about a Wednesday answer because Wednesday answers are quick. I'm literally going through my entire process right now of the starts and sits. And you already heard me say individually that Garrett Wilson should be sat and that Drake London should be sat more than likely. Zach said start Jerome, Ford, or Steele. Yeah, it's probably going to be Steele right now. Yeah, we just need more info. Like, I mean, that's why Wednesday answers, you know, like we have 0 practice reports as of now. Like, let me see if any practice reports even like came out yet. David Njoku not ruled out yet. Browns putting a guard on IR. That's not good for them. And then one of their fucking both of their tackles have injuries right now. Man, it's not going to be good for the Browns. CJ Mosley not practicing. Vita Vey returned to practice. Okay. Yeah, Kenny Moore not practicing. Juwan Bentley will be placed on IR. What? Steelers signed former first-round pick CJ Henderson to their practice squad. Oh, yeah, and Derwin James's 1-game suspension upheld. And Foyo Lacoon is going to miss multiple weeks with that injury. That fucking sucks. That fucking sucks. What up, Stu? Lockett or D-Rob? Lockett, but almost neither of them. Hope Kittle plays. You and me both, man. Aaron says start J Love or Carr, given Love comes back. Love. Man, this next game is gonna be hella ugly. Okay. And I remembered we'd be letting you know. We got an ugly game to cover here. This is the last one of the early slate of games. We got the Eagles going over to Tampa Bay to play the Bucks. Hurts. Oh, man. I don't even want to play him in a single QB league. Like super flex, you probably have no choice. Barkley, we're playing them. A.J. Brown, not coming back, I don't think. Not this week. Devonta Smith, concussion last week. He might miss this week just due to concussion. So both of them miss. That makes it to where you really don't want to start Hurts. Because who are you going to play? Dodson?
Well, obviously.
No. If you play Dodson.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, really the only guy, if nobody plays, is going to be Goddard. You know, and it's ugly, man. It's ugly. And the Bucks, they they're giving up like bottom 8 numbers to the tight end. Like there's not really too many teams that are doing like good at deploying the tight end against them. And I mean, they played Washington, they played Detroit, and they played Denver. So I mean, Laporta though, they completely shut him down. It's because they got Levante David over there, man. They got some good linebackers. Antoine Winfield's still not back, but didn't matter because it's not like they gave up like any kind of like decent points to like the tight ends. So yeah, I mean, Goddard would be the guy, but like it sucks because who else are you going to start? Dotson?
Oh, you are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
We're going to start Paris Campbell or Johnny Wilson or something? No, you're just going to be sitting everybody. Ugly week coming for the Eagles. All right, let me get through the Bucs side of things, guys, and then I'll get back to the chat. Now over to the home side of things. We got Baker Mayfield and the Bucs, and the Eagles are giving up the 11th least points to QBs. So, I mean, I know Kirk Cousins did pretty good on them. I mean, Jordan Love, he did okay, you know, when they played him in week 1 and then completely shut down Derek Carr. And it's like, because of that, it like skewed their numbers and got him down to like 11th least amount of points like given up. So Baker Mayfield, single QB, I'm sitting him. Super flex, I'm almost debating on sitting him if you have a, you know, somewhat of a decent option or a third QB. Rashad White, man, is he even like startable at this point? And like versus a team like the Eagles, where they're giving up the 4th least points to running backs, I feel like you just got to sit those guys like as well. And I mean, they're not giving up good points to QBs. So, I mean, should they be giving up a lot of points to wide receivers? A lot of times, no, they wouldn't, but they're giving up right now the 3rd most points to wide receivers. So it seems like it's really weird, you know, how they're not giving up a shitload of points to the QBs, but they're giving up a bunch of points to the wide receivers, though. So Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, I feel like there's no sitting Chris Godwin. We're going to be deploying him the way they use him in the slot. Mike Evans, he's going to be going up against Slay. So one of the tougher cornerback matchups, I'm going to say sit Mike Evans because of that. You know, if you play multiple flexes, you're probably going to have to play him. But yeah, I just in a nutshell, I would start Chris Godwin and I would sit Evans, and you're not considering anybody else anyways. And there we go. That's the last game on the early slate of games. Hit that subscribe button if you have not. Turn on the notifications. Hit that like button as well. And make sure you guys come check out the live streams when I record this, plus every other show that I'm doing. It's a morning show. Get started around 7, 8 o'clock West Coast time, pretty much every day. Sunday's the most lit out of them all. All right, where did I leave off at? Abraham, already got that one. What up, Tim? Need to fill the open bench spots. Who do you want? Moss, Singletary, Harris, Sharps, Pollard, or Hubbard? Probably Pollard. Pollard and Sharps. How many can you pick up? How many can you pick up? Let's see. I'm trying to help this dude pick up someone. Big pause. But he's got Zamir White on his team. And like kind of screwing him right now. Let's see. I'm telling him to pick up Yoshi. And Tim said just one. You know, I'd pick up Sharps just in case. I'd pick up Charbonnet then. Hope McBride clears 20%, make it back first week. Yeah, it's not good ever since they changed around the rules. Start Bears or the Seahawks defense. Probably the Bears. Yeah, probably the Bears of those two. Deontay or Rashad White. Deontay. Okay, what's the first one in the afternoon? Patriots, 49ers. What do you think about dropping Tank Dell? I mean, it depends on like the actual depth, but he's third fiddle on that team. Like it's more often than not, I think it's going to be blob performances for him. It kind of sucks, but it's because Diggs and Nico, they're like so good. First game on the afternoon slate, we got the Patriots going to the West Coast to take on the San Francisco 49ers. And you're really not starting anybody from this team this week. I mean, I'm sure they're going to have some kind of like a bounce back and they have 13 days and yada, yada, yada. I don't want to start Ramondre Stevenson versus the 49ers. I mean, you may have to, but, you know, I don't really want to. I know that Kyren, he did his thing like last week. Outside of that, you know, the 49ers are shutting everybody else down. So I'm just leaning. This is going to be very, very easy to say sit everyone like this week because so to the running backs, you're giving up bottom 5 numbers. To the tight ends, they're giving up bottom 5 numbers. To the wide receivers, I mean, that's maybe the only place you could deploy against them because, I mean, the Jets in Minnesota, they did get some points, you know, on them, and they're giving up the 11th or 12th most points to wide receivers. And then they're giving up like middle of the road numbers to QBs. So yeah, I don't want to start anybody. Like if anybody you're going to take a dart throw on, it's going to be Demario Douglas. I'm just leaning, sit everybody with the Pats. Now to the home team. So for Brock, Patriots, I mean, outside of week 1, they've given up decent numbers to the QBs. And, you know, unless there's something like seriously wrong with Brock, like I don't know why you wouldn't like start him. I mean, super flex, you're for sure starting him. Single QB, I mean, I feel like he's like fringe, like top 12. But the Patriots, I mean, they're pretty good at holding they're good at holding quarterbacks down who don't have a bunch of weapons. And right now, he doesn't have a bunch of weapons. We don't even know if Kittle's going to play. Debo's not going to play. You got Brandon Ayuk and Juwan Jennings and of course, Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason, it sucks because I want to sit him because the Patriots have not given up like any kind of good points to the running backs like so far. And it sucks, man. It really sucks. And I'm going to say sit him because I know that a lot of people think he's like a locked and loaded like RB. But I mean, you know, Brees, like he didn't do like amazing like versus him. He did good. He did Brees things, took him getting into the end zone as well. And I don't know. I'm not banking on Jordan Mason. And like, dude, with Brandon Ayuk, like that is kind of the place that it seems like you can get some points on them as the wide receivers. And so I'll say, go ahead and sit him. And you know why? Because I really feel like they do everything to take Brandon Ayuk out of the game. And I bet that makes it a lot easier for Juwan Jennings. So Juwan Jennings, I will say even start as a flex. You're probably going to have to start Brandon Ayuk. I mean, it's luxury if you can actually sit him. All right. And no questions, so let's just jump in. To the next one here. Now jumping over to the Washington Commandos. Man, they caught the Bengals with their pants down last week. It's usually the other way around for these damn Commandos. Jaden Daniels. I'm going to say super flex. You're starting them. Single QB. It really depends on who you have. But he keeps his floor high with the rushing. And if he can actually start hitting Scary Terry, now that they pretty much moved Scary Terry, like they didn't move him, but I think they've realized that he only throws to the right side. Like that's it. He only throws to the right side. And then, so what do? They move Terry over to the right side. Boom. The rest is history. So that's why I will say start Jaden Daniels. I mean, in a super flex, you know, single QB. We'll kind of see. And I will say start Scary Terry. Now, the Cardinals, they have been shutting down wide receivers a little bit. And I know they have a decent number one over there, but I am still going to say start Scary Terry. It's more of like a flex. That's about it. Brian Robinson Jr. B-Rob the Mob. Austin Eckler, Elkin Custo. So I feel like Austin Eckler doesn't play. I mean, it's definitely going to be B-Rob the Mob like all the way, right? Luke McCaffrey, Noah Brown, any of those other guys, like they're just not there. Zach Ertz, I know there's a lot of people who want to start Zach Ertz. The Cardinals are giving up the 14th least points to tight ends. And even look last week, like versus Detroit, it wasn't even really Laporta, that was doing it. It was kind of like fluky tight end shit, So I would just say sit Zach Ertz. And it's going to be hard because like there's way more, like there's barely any tight ends that I even want to start. So like it's making it impossible for people to even fill a tight end spot these days. It sucks, man. It really sucks. Yeah, he's a bum. I missed it.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
Russell, what up, bro? He said, I would receive Aaron Jones. I would give up Mason Rashad and Shaheed's at too much. Oh, Aaron Jones, Dobbs, and Kirk. I don't think it's too much. I just don't like doing those 3-for-3 trades. I want to make a more calculated trade. Here we go. All righty. Now on to the home team. Kyler Murray must start because the Commandos, they are giving up the most points to the quarterback position. So he is a must start. James Conner, he is a must start. Commandos, they are giving up the third most points to running backs. Oh, yeah. And now, do the wide receivers get left out of the mix? Hell no. The Commandos, they are giving up the most points to wide receivers. So, yes, deploy Marvin Harrison Jr. Let's do it. Now, for the tight ends. They're giving up the 10th least points to tight ends. I think it's because everybody eats, everybody eats. And so I think that's why the tight ends kind of get left out a little bit of the mix. Trey McBride, though, I mean, I don't even know if he's going to come back this week because he got Elkin Custo last week. So we might not even have to make a choice on him this week. But Kyler, James Conner, Marvin Harrison Jr., as of right now, fire him up.
All right. Fire him up.
All right. Hey, Elias in the house. What up, homie? What's going on, bro? All right. I'm doing it way faster this week than last week. That is for sure. We're going to just keep knocking this shit out of the park. Last couple weeks, this was like a 4-hour show. It took me forever to fucking edit. And I mean, the quicker you get it out there, the more people are going to see it and all that shit. So yeah, we got to keep going quick. And hey, what up, Bakes? What up, bro? Once we get to Sunday Night Football, I'm smoking a bow. Got 2 more games before Sunday Night Football. Okay, here we go. We got another big divisional matchup. This one is in the AFC West. We got the Steelers going over to SoFi in LA to take on the Chargers. And Patrick Mahomes, single QB, you might be debating on sitting him. I mean, the Chargers haven't given up a bunch of points to the quarterbacks. I mean, Justin Fields, though, I mean, he'll beg to differ, but not so good. Bryce Young and Gardner Minshew, they kind of shut them down. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes, I mean, luckily I play in Superflex, and you're just starting him there, like everywhere, of course. Now, how about the running backs, though? The Chargers, I'd say it's like, week 2, when they played Carolina. I mean, they completely like shut them down. But you look at week 1, you know, the running backs for the Raiders, I mean, a few of them, and then, you know, Pitt, you know, they did their thing against them. I'm just gonna say start Carson Steele. There's a lot of there's a lot of shitty matchups, you know, this week. I'm gonna say start Carson Steele. And I mean, the place that the Chargers are really good at defending is the wide receivers, and a lot of it's because of Asante Samuel Jr. But there's no way in hell that we're sitting Rashee Rice. You know, like he's just a must start these days. So we're locking that down. Xavier Worthy, though, I mean, even though, you know, X gonna give it to you, I'm just gonna say sit him. I feel like the Chiefs probably aren't gonna have to do a bunch of trickery. I bet the Chiefs are not going to have to do a bunch of trickery to beat the Chargers. That's why I have the Chiefs as my survival pool pick this week. Oh yeah, the Chiefs, they're going to go into SoFi. It's going to be an easy game for them. Derwin James, he has been suspended for this game. You know who Travis Kelce hates on the Chargers? Derwin James, because he defends him so well. So Travis Kelce, if you have him, you're deploying him. You know why? Because every tight end sucks right now. All of them do. All of them. So you're not going to be able to pick up anybody off of waivers who gives you a better chance to win than Travis Kelce. So you just go with a good matchup with Travis Kelce. And we tell Travis Kelce, you better get your shit together. Okay? And that's all I got to say about that. All right, there's the Chiefs. Let me get to the Chargers. Now on the other side of things, we got the Chargers. Justin Herbert, he's got a broken wheel right now, man. He's got a messed up ankle. We don't even know if he's going to play. I mean, I'm recording this on Wednesday before all the West Coast practice reports and everything are coming out. So just make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you come back because we're always covering the news every single day on the morning shows. So come through. If Justin Herbert plays in a single QB, I'm not playing him. In Superflex, you might have no choice, so I'm just going to play him. The Chiefs, though, they are giving up the 18th least amount of points. So what is that? They're giving up the 14th most points to QBs. So not a walk in the park, like either way, you know, not a walk in the park. Now, when it comes to the running backs, I'm sorry for everybody who really likes J.K. Dobbins, but this is not going to be the week to start him. Trust me, because most of the time, the Chiefs and Chris Jones, they are shutting down the run game. So, yeah, do yourself a favor. Put J.K. Dobbins on the bench. If you can sell J.K. Dobbins, do it now. He's got a bye week coming up in week 5. So, either way, it is going to be 2 weeks worth of nothing, you know, for him. And if you can get him off right now, get something back that you can play this week that's better than J.K. Dobbins, that'd be the smart move. Now, Josh Palmer, I don't think there's anybody who's like really playing Josh Palmer anymore, is there? Quentin Johnston, I told you guys he's not going to be a crazy volume guy. He's not going to be that dude. So do I even want to play him? Like, not really. You know, like, especially if Herbert doesn't play, like, you're not playing anybody from the Chargers. Just remember that. If Herbert doesn't play, you're not playing anybody from the Chargers. If Herbert does play, like Quentin Johnson, like, he's like, you know, you're playing a double flex or a triple flex or something like that. Maybe you throw him in there. But outside of that, like, he doesn't get a lot of volume. So unless he gets the touchdown, which he did, and, you know, is he going to continue his touchdown streak? Maybe he does. But if he doesn't get a touchdown, he's not going to be worth the start. Ladd McConkey, kind of the same thing, you know, just it's a tough matchup for him. And unless he gets a touchdown, it's probably not going to be that good for him. And if Herbert doesn't play, they legit might not score a touchdown, like, at all. And nobody's playing the tight ends for the Chargers, right? Like that. And all right, let's get some questions here. Toker1J, what up, homie? Mostert or Steele? Steele. Last 16-man league, I traded away James JT. What do you think? No tight end premium. Well, I mean, even dang, I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like you gave up too much. I feel like you forced that trade to happen. Jacob, trade question. Have Hall, Jacobs, Rice, Neighbors starting Running backs, I got Ford, Allen, Irving for depth. Richardson has me fielding QBs right now. Should I hold Jacobs and try to get an RB upgrade or try to trade for a QB1? Trade Richardson plus someone else for a QB. Trade Richardson and someone else for like a QB and a running back or a QB and a wide receiver. Like whichever one you give up, whether it's a running back or a wide receiver, like get the other one back, you know. Papa J, trade Chuba for Bowers. If you're getting Bowers, yup. Abraham, Goddard, or Kelsey. Kelsey let me down 3 weeks in a row. Goddard just has, I mean, a really tough matchup. Like, so nobody wants to play. Like, if you don't want to play Kelsey, just don't play him. Like, I don't want to be the one to have to choose because I'm just going to say play Kelsey in this very specific matchup versus the Chargers, where they're also down Derwin James, and that's the person who defends Kelsey the best on the Chargers. So I'm just going to say play Kelsey. But I wouldn't be mad at you if you went Goddard. I mean, shit, Kelsey's been screwing everybody for weeks. And Toker 1J, Holland or McDuffie. McDuffie. I don't want to play Holland right now. Maybe we just all need to bench him, and that'll let him know we mean business. And then he'll have a good game. You know, it like always happens like that. And everybody, if you have not hit the like button, hit that like button. Someone show some love with the super chat. I've almost been going for 3 hours. I've answered easily more than 100 questions. I mean, it might be multiple 100 questions that have been answered this morning, just like every other morning. Nobody answers more questions than me in the fantasy football world. And just look, every day I'm here 2 to 4 hours, you know, just answering questions, doing these other, getting the videos recorded, like in between stuff. So anytime people want to show a little bit of appreciation, just hit that $sign at the bottom of YouTube and throw in a super chat for your boy, because I got no corporate sponsorship. So, you know, like no one's paying me to be here right now. You know, like I could be doing this like not live. I could be like recording it, you know, like a lot of other people do. You know, they just record their videos, they upload them, they don't interact with people. I'd rather do it this way. It probably hurts the amount of overall views that I get because it's going to come out so much later than if I just recorded this, you know, last night or, you know, whatever. And so I benched him all over and played McDuffie, but McDuffie has screwed me. I mean, I'm giving you the choice between the two. I'm not saying don't go hit up the waivers. Last game in the afternoon slate, and we got the Browns going over to Vegas to go play the Raiders. And oh man, so the Browns, they're missing like multiple linemen. At least one is like going on IR. They might have both of their tackles miss, and so it's rough, man. It is rough for the Browns. I kind of don't want to start anybody. You know, and that's what kind of like sucks, because like the Raiders, though, it's like their defense sucks. Their defense sucks right now. And Max Crosby's hurt. And I don't know if he's not going to play, but they said that he was playing on a high ankle sprain this past week. And shout out to Rush Lord. You the man, Rush Lord. You the man. So Deshaun has been so bad that I'm just gonna say sit him. Like it's a really good matchup for him, but I just don't want to get screwed like by Watson. I mean, nobody does, right? I'm going to expose my team by subjecting Watson to them. Okay. Now, super flex, you might have to. You know, it is what it is. Jerome Ford, he's hurt. I don't know if we're going to be starting him. I mean, it is a good matchup. You know, it is a really good matchup versus the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders are giving up like the second most points to running backs. So hopefully Ford just gets a full go sometime throughout this week, and I could just say to start him. But as of right now, we kind of can't. Now, Amari the Pooper Scooper. Because it is a revenge narrative, I'm going to say start him. outside of that, I kind of, he did have a little breakout week like last week. And that was probably, I don't think anybody really thought, he was going to do as good as he did, caught a lot of people by surprise. But yeah, I'm going to say we're going to be sitting a lot of people like from here, because if the offensive line, if they're missing 3 offensive linemen when it's all said and done, 3 starters, 2 of them tackles, there to protect Watson, it's not going to be good. Not going to be good. And Terrell said, because he's a bum.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
Burger Boy, what up? Cup Gibbs for A-Chain Ayuk. Who wins? I don't think anybody wins. I think you kind of both lose a little bit with that trade, because it's like you're winning and you're losing at the same time. I don't like trades like that where I win and lose at the same time. I just want to feel like I win. You know what I mean? But if I had to choose, I would say the Cup Gibbs. Now to the home team, the Raiders. Oh, man, it's ugly. It is so ugly. Gardner Minshew, he's not startable in a single QB league. I don't even think he's startable in a super flex league. I know over the last 2 weeks, the Browns, they've been giving up some points to the quarterbacks. But Minshew, I don't know. It's like he goes in these waves of like where he's this dude and where he's not this dude. And I just don't want it. I don't want it. Zamir White, Alexander Madison. I don't want it. Like, even though it's a decent matchup against the Browns, like I don't want him. I don't want him. Not this week. Devontae Adams, probably the only guy that Brock Bowers, like also. But yeah, I think it's Devontae Adams and Brock Bowers and the wide receivers and the tight ends. It's not even that good of a matchup. Like, the Browns over the last 2 weeks, they've been giving up booty to the tight end. So let's hope Brock can continue that. But this game is going to be an ugly game all around. And I bet if I look at all the overs and unders for Vegas, I bet this is one of the lower overs and unders for the entire week. So I would say avoid this game if you can, just altogether. All right. 3 games left, baby. Hey, what up, Jamie? We're just talking shit about your Browns right now. Terrell said, heads to Sean and what? Heads to Sean and Saudi. At Diddy's party. Yeah. Hold on. Where is it?
Hide your kids. Hide your wife. He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, because they're raping everybody out here.
Man, it's so funny that he got Antoine Dotson got fucking famous for just giving the most crazy the most crazy news interview. And him talking like this.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real. Yeah. You don't have to come and confess that you did it. We're looking for you. We gonna find you. I'm letting you know now. So you can run and tell that. Homeboy. So you can run and tell that. Homeboy. Well, obviously we have a rapist in Lincoln Park.
Flowers for Wilson and Aaron Jones. Probably. But I don't like doing trades like that, like the running back for wide receiver, because, like I said, you win on one and you lose on the other. So it's like, it's kind of going like that. Should I trade Kirk for Dell? I wouldn't trade to get Tank Dell at all right now, unless you're talking about Dynasty. Jamie said, we all know the Browns suck. Nothing new. I need to get that drop. Oh, we suck again. I've been slacking on getting these drops, man. Look, the list just keeps growing and growing. The list keeps growing and growing. Hey, what up, Rob? Bijan or Neighbors? Which side trade? Dynasty or redraft? Throw that in there real quick. Dynasty or redraft? Jamie said you need to get that clip. Ain't nobody got no time for that. Where's that from? You find the clip on YouTube and send it to me, and I'll get it. That's really what I need. I'd be doing this a lot quicker if I mean, I know it just takes 2 seconds. That's just an excuse for me. Never mind. But yeah, I don't know where the fuck that's from. But you know, catch me outside. How about that? We need to get that one though. That'd be a good one. All right, Sebastian. Should I trade London, Dell, Monty for Marvin Harrison, David Montgomery? Nah. Wait. Should you trade London, Dell, and Monty for Marvin Harrison and David Monty? You want to rewrite that and put that in again? I just read that again. Like, wait, that almost made sense to me the first time. He caught me while I was high. Do that again. Do it again. So, I mean, both guys are better than the players I'm giving up. I'm just giving up a QB. See, now I'm confused. So what do you, because I thought it was Garrett Wilson. See, like, when you just put Wilson, I have to guess. So it's Russell Wilson. 3 QB leagues, man. It is Garrett Wilson. So Dalton. Okay. That's what mixed. Yeah, see, like, bro, you're doing it all wrong. That's not a 3 QB league trade, bro. You're giving up Dalton for nothing. If the person doesn't have 3 QBs, they need Dalton. I've made some of the craziest trades ever in the 3 QB league. So don't make a 3 QB league trade like it's a super flex. Dalton has way too much value. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it. I sent the original interview plus the remix song. See, like, gotta have a little bit of both. I don't even know what the fuck it is that you sent me. And but it's like, you know, just like the Antoine Dodson shit, you know.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real. So dumb.
You know, it's just everything's different when you add that beat and you add the song in the background. Sebastian Drake, London, Tank Dell, and Brooks for Marvin Harrison, David Montgomery. Okay. I know, like Frank said, the Marvin Harrison, the Monty side, like that, the emotional side of me wants it. It really does. But like, also feel like there's some people out there who really like Jonathan Brooks for whatever fucking reason. And he's like being treated like a throw-in. And like Drake London, like he's going to do better than what he's done at times. And so that's the tough part, man. Like, I like this trade and I don't. There's parts about it that I like and there's parts about it that I hate. And if I'm picking in a nutshell, it is the Marvin Harrison side. But what's the point of you making this trade, though? Like, what are you actually trying to improve? Would you guys drop Keon Coleman for Swift or Keenan Allen? No, I would not. And I'm not a big fan of Keon Coleman right now, as you guys know, for redraft. Chandler, what up? Someone dropped Rashad White, huh? Said in our league, I have the #1 waiver claim to use it on. So he's been kind of blah, but like I just feel like all of Tampa Bay is kind of a little bit fuckery, you know, a little bit of fuckery going on. And I feel like Rashad White should be picked up because running backs are going to get really bad when you have when all these bye weeks start kicking in starting week 5. There's going to be a lot of people with running back issues, and I bet you'll be very happy that at least you have him to like play on your team, you know. And Sebastian, I have way more faith in Marvin Harrison Jr. I feel it. A lot of rookies hit rookie walls, though. I feel like everybody at this exact moment would feel like they have more faith in him. But you're also trading, you know, you're trading 3 players for 2. I don't know your entire team. That's why, and I hate making trades like that. Because, like, if you have more faith in Marvin Harrison Jr., make a trade for him. You throwing in David Montgomery on the other side, all it makes is just where you have to throw in, like, more stuff. So, like, that's what it is. It's like, it's a very even trade when it's all said and done. And because the amount of points that they're going to get with those three, I bet it probably equals the amount that you get with those two. And that's assuming nobody gets hurt. I have Kyren, B-Rob, Dobbins. I mean, Dobbins is like nothing. Like, I mean, Dobbins is going to do garbage this week. I've already said that. And he has a bye week next week. So, like, you know, unless you're not going to be playing him at all, but like still, like, oh, but it's because you're getting Montgomery. That's why. Yeah. Yeah. Jonathan Brooks, he's going to be the guy over there, though. And what if the offense actually starts sustaining because of Dalton? You know, I just feel like you held on to him for so long. Like, why would he just be like a throw-in piece? Because, like, Montgomery, like, he's going to go in spurts. He's going to go in spurts. And I feel like right now he's, like, really hot, but things are going to change. He's not going to be this hot the entire season. Savage Jeremy, what up? Frank said London could be led by Darnell Mooney. Not right now. I mean, yeah, like when he has like bad matchups, like this week's not the best matchup for him. Perry, how do I say that? Pareko? Would you trade Mahomes or Kyler plus Ayuk for Jeffersons and Cousins? See, I just don't like trades like this because it's like you're losing on the QB, you're winning on the wide receiver. So it's like you didn't really improve any. I mean, you improved your wide receiver. I mean, I'm just figuring, like, don't even put Cousins in there. And then maybe you don't have to give up a as good of a player as Ayuk. Because I'm okay doing Mahomes and +1 for Jefferson. But it's super flex. I don't know. Guess I just want to rework that because I'm not super excited about Cousins, man. I'm really not. Frank said people are scared to trade because of their pride. Short term, someone always loses, but you got to think long term. Yeah, well, it's long term. It's about like filling holes on your team. Like, you're only going to get so many trades. And like, I don't know. Like, I'd rather make a calculated trade than just trade for players that I want. Because anytime I get something that I want, it always ends up turning out bad. Like, I don't know if that's how it is for you guys. But, yeah, that's why I just try to make calculated trades. Rob says that's Dynasty. Oh, Bijan or Neighbors. Probably Bijan still. Probably Bijan. Hey, shout out to Andres throwing in the super chat. Thanks, my brother. He said flex, Braylon Allen or Calvin Ridley. I got Godwin, Amon-Ra, and Adunze at wide receiver. I'm going to go Ridley. I mean, the Dolphins, they've a lot of whateverness out of the Dolphins. A lot of whateverness out of the Dolphins right now. And let's see how many the Dolphins, let's see where they are and giving up points to the wide receivers. The Dolphins kind of holding down the wide receivers. Let's see. Who do the Jets play? Broncos. Braylon Allen might be the better play, like on paper. He has a better matchup. He is he's not the main guy though. So even though he has a better matchup because he's not the main guy, he's probably not going to get as much volume as Ridley. I'm chasing the volume here. Jamie said there's a lot of holes to fill at the tight end position. You damn right, man. And the tight end, man, I said it on, I don't know if you guys caught it, but the tight ends, man, they're very loose. Like this year, like, man, it's very, very loose. It is not tight at all. Like right now, and nothing worse than a loose end. Like, let me tell you. And It's horrible, man. It's horrible for the tight ends right now. And Sebastian Purdy, Kyren, B-Rum, JJ. And I already forgot like who the other Marvin Harrison. I remember that. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, who is your other yeah, so you're pretty much just trying to swap London for like Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't know. I mean, you do what you got to do, man. You do what you got to do. You don't got to convince me. I'm not the one who has to trade with you. And are you even like, did someone even send you that? Are you making a choice on accepting or declining that? Or are you just thinking about sending it to someone? Now I'm curious. And Savage Jeremy, Ben Singletary, Moss. Christian Kirk, Deontay's came available. Would you drop any of them? I dropped Watson. Who would be the other one? Because I feel like you got to pick up both, but I don't know who I'd drop. Maybe Moss. Dylan, 2 questions. Would you trade Pittman for ETN? I mean, yeah, if you really need a running back. And so would you trade Kyler Ayuk and Swift for Brees? If it's a single QB, probably, assuming you got other depth besides him. Jamie, this shit was crazy, man. Sold Dobbins for Debo in a dynasty. Fucking crazy, man. Tim said keep holding Richardson as a backup QB or pick up Fields, Darnold, or Smith. I'd pick up Darnold, man. I mean, someone's going to pick him up, so I'd try to trade him. If you could trade him for like a wide receiver, like use Richardson and one other person and go trade him to someone. It literally almost doesn't matter what you get back. I mean, the other person that you're trading besides Richardson, that's the person who has all the value, because like you wouldn't actually drop that person. But if you're just literally going to drop Richardson anyways, like you need to go make a 2-for-1 trade because then that opens up a roster spot like on your team. But you have to go see who really needs a QB. Do they like Richardson at all? Figure out what else you could throw in that trade to like make it happen. But that's what I would try to do today. Make it your mission to try to make a 2-for-1 trade with Richardson in there with someone else. Bob says loose end equals shit. You damn right. You damn right. Sebastian said verbal agreement. Unless tell him to send it to you first. And unless it's there where you're literally, where you're choosing accept or decline. That, man, I've seen so many people flip-flop on shit. Because, like, you have to do, like, because people trade emotionally. So it's like the longer people have to think, the more they realize it's probably not a good trade. And Shady, what up? Said, should I start Olave or Moss? Olave. And Stu said, dude, I just picked up Herbert and dropped Levi's in one of the wafers leagues. I mean, single QB league, right? Like crazy shit happens, man. Single QB league. And Herbert might not play this week. He's got a bum ankle. And they got a bye next week too. But I would much rather have Herbert than Levi's, every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Russell said Darnold, Dalton, or Carr while I wait for Love to come back. Love might come back this week, but I'll go Darnold. Let's go. Okay. Sunday Night Football now. Here we go. I got to knock all these out right now, and then we're going to get up out of here very soon. We have made it all the way to Sunday Night Football. This is going to be an epic battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen, a.k.a. the Stallion.
Wild Stallion!
Of course, you are playing him. We are never sitting the Stallion. And the Ravens are giving up a bunch of points to the QBs either way. To the running backs, though, kind of middle of the road. I mean, the best performance, I believe, versus the Ravens has been Pacheco, like so far, but they went up against Vegas and Dallas in these last 2 weeks, and we know the run games over there not too much. So I'm just going to say deploy James Cook because he's been doing very, very solid. They're looking for him in the pass game. If he can get some more touchdowns, like he did a couple weeks ago, we'd love it. We'd love it. Now, the wide receivers. I don't want to start Keon Coleman or anybody else besides Khalil Shakira. That's the only person that I want to start in this game. And that's more even as like a flex role, not even, not even like, wide receiver 2 status. I want to put him in the flex. Now to the tight ends, Dalton Kincaid. I will deploy because for whatever reason, the Ravens, they have not been good against defending the tight end. They've actually given up the second most points to tight ends so far. So Kincaid, fire him up.
All right. Fire him up.
Now to the home team. The Ravens have a really tough matchup, let me tell you, because as of right now, the Bills are giving up the 10th least points to the quarterbacks. But I'm still going to say start Lamar, especially in Superflex. They are giving up a bunch of points to running backs, though, like they didn't last week. Jacksonville, we know what happened to Jax. Like they just completely shut them down at every facet of the game. So I'm going to deploy Derrick Henry. He's got 4 touchdowns in 3 games. And as time goes on, he's looking better and more comfortable behind that line. So we're deploying Derrick Henry. Now for the wide receivers, Zay Flowers, I'm going to say no. The Bills, they are shutting down wide receivers. Like they are just holding them down. And I know so far, Arizona, Miami, Jacksonville, it's not like they went up against like super top tier guys like every single week, but they've been holding it down enough to where I'm going to say, don't even start Zay Flowers. Like a lot of reason we want Lamar Jackson is for his legs, not necessarily for his arm. So yeah. And then Mark Andrews, we're not doing it, right? Like, it's kind of bullshit, man. Like you have to make the choice on him or Likely, and I kind of just want to avoid it like altogether. Sucks. It really sucks. So yeah, Sunday Night Football. This should be a really good game, but I feel like it could be real fluky for fantasy. So beware of who you start. All right. Watch Knox go for the TD. Totally could, man. Totally could. Jake said Aaron Jones to sell high candidate house or hold them. I'm holding them. And I tuned in late. What's your thoughts on Tutu? He's the only guy that I would start over there if I was a little bit desperate for a flex play. So got a little bit of desperation and, and maybe throw him in there. Okay. Here we go. Now we have made it all the way to Monday Night Football. This week is another special week because we have 2 Monday Night Football games. And in the first Monday Night Football game, we have the high-powered offense of the Tennessee Titans going up to the Barn Burners in Miami. Those Miami Dolphins, 2 high-powered offenses going at it on Monday Night Football. I'm sure that's what they thought when they made this schedule a long time ago, but that is so far from reality. So far from reality. Will Levi's, you're sitting and why?
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
And not just because he's a bum, because Miami's actually giving up the least amount of points to quarterbacks right now. So just a really bad matchup for any quarterback who goes in there. Look at even the Stallion. He scored and they put up points, but he did not put up a bunch of fantasy points like as well. One of the ways you can attack the Dolphins is on the ground. So Tony Pollard, I would say start him kind of in a flex role. I'm not super excited to start him. And Calvin Ridley, tough matchup for him. I mean, he's like a flex guy, like at best. So I will say start him in a flex role. I'm not really confident about him, but the reason I am a little confident about him is because we saw the Titans give him the ball in the red zone and like rushing and just all kinds of different things. So that's why I'm going to say Calvin Ridley. He's more like a flex play, and that's about it. And I know there's a bunch of people who are super hyped about DeAndre Hopkins. Like, pick him up, whatever you want to do, but just leave him on the bench. Like, just leave him on the bench. You might get a bullshit, touchdown because like Ridley's going to be so covered, especially if it's Ramsey who's covering him for a bunch of the game. But yeah, I'm leaning on sitting, damn near everybody in this game. It's going to be a very, very low scoring affair, I'm sure. Tony Pollard, he's kind of like the only one that who I'd like to play. All right, one more here. Well, actually, I still got to do the last game, but let me do the Dolphins, and then I'm going to read out the chat. Thanks for being patient, peeps. Now, I am recording this as of Wednesday morning. We don't have a whole bunch of news on injury reports or things like that. It's either going to be Skylar Thompson, Tyler Huntley, or Tim Boyle who's going to be throwing the ball for Miami. I don't know if it really makes one difference or another. Like, we really don't want to play any of the quarterbacks. And A-Chain, I mean, of course you're starting him. I mean, the Titans, one of the things that you could do is run on them. So, of course, you're starting A-Chain. Kind of really the only guy that we're starting with any kind of confidence, because the Tennessee Titans, they're giving up the second least points to wide receivers. A lot of it has to do with L'Jarius Sneed. So I will just say sit Tyreek and sit Waddle. I mean, it sucks, man. Like, guys like Braxton Berrios might have more yards because no one's going to be thinking about Braxton Berrios, And then the tight ends like Jonnu. I know that, I guess for Green Bay, I mean, I didn't even really see this. It was so trash. Like, I guess Green Bay did the best, like in any tight end core as far as like how many points they actually scored last week. They're still there, and even after giving up like the most points in week 3, they're still giving up the second least points to the tight end position. So sit everybody except A-Chain. Like, fuck it. Like, Tyreek Hill looks super frustrated. Like, out there, he's going to be going up against L'Jarius Sneed. Like, that just makes it even worse. Like, L'Jarius Sneed's probably going to be talking shit to him the whole time about his quarterback. So, yeah, this game is, when they scheduled a barn burner, but this is probably going to be one of the most trash games to watch of this entire week. And luckily, we have 2 games to bank on for Monday Night Football. Let's get into the second game. All right, let's see. Yeah, Ramsey gonna feast this week for sure. And Hassan, guess what? The NXT Go Home Show special CW Richmond Network was good last night. Nice. I want to see NXT doing better and better. And fucking you in. What up? He said, did I mess up trading away Jordan Mason and Stephon Diggs for AJ Brown and D-Hop? I mean, D-Hop's nothing, but I don't think he messed up. I just think D-Hop's nothing. So I mean, even if you drop him, but I would have traded Mason and Stephon Diggs for AJ Brown, so that it's just a throw in either way. All right. Last game here. Let's go. We've made it all the way to the very final game, Monday Night Football between the Seahawks and the Lions. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. Hit that like button. Leave a comment as well. Let's get it. So Gino, I will start him in a super flex. I don't know about single QB. It depends on who your options are. I mean, the Lions, they are giving up, somewhat decent points to the QB, but nothing amazing. It's just like a little bit above, like middle of the road. Ken Walker. I'm recording this early on Wednesday. We do not have West Coast practice reports yet. If Ken Walker does not play, we are locking and loading with Charbonnet. Now, it's probably out of lack of running back depth on why you would be doing that, though. Because as of right now, the Lions are giving up the least amount of points to running backs. I don't know if you could believe that, but they are as of now. They went up against the Rams, the Bucks, and Arizona. So do with that information what you will. But if it was up to me, I wouldn't be playing the running backs in this game. And I know that Charbonnet is probably going to be a volume guy, and that's why I say that if you have to, you're going to start him because like it's the running back depth. Like not a lot of people have running back depth right now. But I just want to make that clear on the running back matchup against the Lions. Like right now, it's not good. It's not good. It's actually the worst matchup that you can have in all of football. But it's the exact opposite for the wide receivers over there. So you might be able to deploy all three wide receivers here. I would say Tyler Lockett would be the only guy that I would pump the brakes a little bit on. But but Metcalf and JSN, locking and loading those guys. And I think in a flex, I think in a lot of flex situations, I would flex Tyler Lockett because the Lions, a lot of times they're scoring and you just have to throw to keep up with them. And so that's why I like the wide receivers for the Seahawks going up against the Lions, but I do not like the running backs at all. And just hang on, chat. I got one more team to go here. And then we are done. And then I'm smoking one more bowl with you guys. And then I'm getting out of here. Start editing. Now to the home team of the Lions. I'm going to start Jared Goff. Now the Seahawks, the Seahawks do have a decent secondary, and they are giving up the 12th least points to the quarterbacks as of right now. It is a small sample size. I'm going to say start Jared Goff. Now, the running back situation, it's been a little hairy right now. Dave Montgomery and Gibbs is kind of like they're both like flex guys. Like right now, Seahawks are giving up the 10th fewest points to running backs right now. So I would, a little bit of a cause to pause with those guys. I would say Monty, seems like he's the guy, right? If you're going to play one of the two. But I kind of find it hard to believe that you wouldn't at least play these guys in like flex capacity. But if you can sit them, if you're that blessed, 8 or 10 man league, I would sit them. Now the wide receivers, Amon-Ra. Come on, man. We are never sitting Amon-Ra. It is a little bit of a toughish matchup, though. It really is. And so I think that's why I'm going to say Amon-Ra, we're kind of never sitting. Jameson Williams, though, it's a bad matchup for him. They don't have just one good cornerback over there. They have multiple good cornerbacks over there. And we saw how Jameson Williams last week could get taken out of a game. And I'm just going to sit him versus the Seahawks and them. They're giving up the 9th least points to wide receivers as of right now. I feel like you're never going to sit Amon-Ra, but, I'm going to sit Jameson in this one. Now the tight ends. Oh, man. One of the things that Seattle's got back to is giving up a bunch of points to the tight ends. So I'm going to say start Sam Laporta. If he plays, I know he's got the Q next to his name right now. We got to see what the injury reports are all about. But Brock Wright, you can go pick him up for free off of in your league right now. And if Sam Laporta doesn't play, I'd throw Brock Wright out there. The tight end landscape is so garbage that you got to exploit the good matchups. This is a good matchup to exploit. So there you have it. Boom. All 16 games broken down, every fantasy relevant player talked about. Hit that subscribe button. I guarantee you I will be your biggest fantasy resource this year and beyond, because I'm not going anywhere. Make sure that you go join our private fantasy community on Patreon. It's 420crew.com. That is, one more time, 420crew.com. Go sign up. You can sign up for free. I'd recommend signing up at least as a $5 member, because you're going to get more access to things being a paid member than a free member. But either way, you can stay in the loop with everything that I sent you. You can stay in the loop with everything that I'm doing, with all the leagues, with all the videos, with all the content, all that kind of stuff, by being a free member. So make sure that you go and join the 420 crew at 420crew.com. Appreciate you guys. And we will see you for the watch parties. And make sure you come catch a live stream so you can get your questions answered live from me. And let's do it to it. Let's get these week 4 dubs. Let's go. And I got some waiver wire videos that are popping up right now. So just do yourself a favor. Click it, click it, click it. All right. Done. Let's go. I could have done that way faster too. There's times where I was slacking. All right. Hitting up the chat now. Thanks for being patient, peeps. Savage Jeremy, since Kirk is off waivers on Friday, I'm thinking of dropping Shaheed for Deontay now. Okay, I'm with that. And put in a claim for Friday, dropping Watson. I'm good with that. Am I good with that? No, I'd say drop Watson. It almost doesn't matter. I mean, who would you rather keep more? I mean, you want to keep Watson more, that's the way you do it. I feel like right now I'd want Shaheed more, but that's what it comes down to. If you want Watson over Shaheed, do it that way. If you want Shaheed over Watson, just flip-flop them. But yeah, make that move now, though. Evan, what up? Najee or Tony Pollard? And if Warren is out, Najee must start. Well, Najee's a little bit banged up right now, but it's a really good matchup for him. So yes, if Warren is out plus Najee playing, because we got to monitor his health throughout the week. Yes, he's a smash this week versus the Colts. Jonathan, he said, what up? Back again, need to sit one between A-Chain, Ayuk, Zach Moss. Ayuk sucks. Evan, also Pollard has a good matchup. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Draco, I got Jefferson, Neighbors, want to make a trade. Andrews and Devontae Adams for Kittle and Zay Flowers. You think that's worth it for me? Did someone send it to you already? Because I really don't want to bank on Zay Flowers at all. Isaac, should I start Kyler or Gino? Kyler. Najee or Pollard? Najee as of right now. Things may change, so make sure you're coming back. Martin said, would you trade Mahomes for Herbert and Kyren? If you have another QB. But I don't want to bank on Herbert. I really don't. I'll check it out, Jamie, when I get off of here. Hey. Shout out to Sean. What up? Jones in for sports. Make sure you check out me and Sean every Saturday. We're bringing you Jones in for the smoke. Yeah. And what up, John? He said start and sit. Garrett or T. Higgins. I got Neighbors and Nico starting. I'm going to say T. Higgins because of the matchup right now. But it just sucks, man. Elias, trade Jaden Daniels and Connor for Bijan. Probably. You have Hurts already. I mean, shit. Hurts isn't good right now. As long as there's no A.J. Brown and fucking Devonta Smith, it's like, man, he can't throw it to Goddard like as much as he did last week. Chewy traded A.J. for Pittman and A.J. I mean, Pittman sucks. Richardson doesn't like him, so I feel like I wouldn't have done that, but AJ's missing probably at least another week or two. Hey, Millie Mills. He said, what up, bro? New here. Salute. What up, homie? We're smoking a little weed, answering some questions. And I just got done breaking down all 16 games. So I've been live for like over 3 hours, but I'm glad you caught it right at the end because this is the dopest fantasy show around. Hands down. And I answer more questions on a daily and weekly basis than any other fantasy platform out there. So if you came here for the good vibes, check. Or wait. Hold on. Let me make myself sound cooler right now. So if you came here for the good vibes, if you came here for good fantasy content, if you came here to get your questions answered, and if you came here to smoke with the crew, let's go. And I said, yeah, I like Watson over Shaheed when Love is back. Yeah, so there you go. Do it the way you're doing it. And Karosh, sorry if I mispronounced that. Should I trade Pollard for Najee and Jordan Addison? Yeah. And Millie Mills, quick question. Need 2 for the flex. 10-teamer. Reed, Dell, Mondre, Mooney, Lockett. Reed and Mooney as of now. But just remember, things change every single day. So never take a Wednesday answer as a final answer. Hey, he said all 4. There we go. Triple ding. Let's get it. You came to the right place, my friend. Came to the right place. And Jamie said Pittman had enough tough cornerback matchups. Yeah, the past 3 weeks and another one this week. He's still seeing targets. Should get better for him soon. Here's the thing that's tough, man, is like there's a couple cornerbacks who have turned into more of like those really, really tough matchups for people. And like, I mean, you do this on a weekly basis, right, Jamie? Like you go scout the toughest wide receiver, cornerback, type of matchups out there. Does it feel like it's like worse now than it's like ever been? I feel like there's more shutdown type of corners now than there's really been at one time. Because look at a guy like Garrett Wilson. He's got 9 weeks in a row of really bad matchups. 9 weeks of bad matchups. Like, what the fuck? That just like makes no sense. Where it's like where he's going up against top tier guys for those two. And what up, John? Said, how you doing, man? Start and sit. Brian Robinson or Bucky Irving? Oh man, this one's easy. Hold on. It's Brian Robinson. What up, Johnny? T-Money trade Connor and J-Mo for Rashad White and DJ Moore. Nah, just hold. And Millie Mills, I know for some reason I don't like Neighbors this week. Well, it's not for some reasons because they're going up against the Cowboys and he's going up against Trey Diggs. Like that's even if you didn't know why, like that's the reason why people should be a little bit nervous about Neighbors this week. And I know he hasn't been as shut down as maybe he was in the past or whatever, but it's still a tough matchup. Nonetheless. But Neighbors is the shit, dude. Like, he's fucking good. I'm glad I got him in so many redraft dynasty leagues. I don't have him in any redraft leagues. I just didn't want to pay that price for him. But, man, in dynasty, I'm so stoked that I have him. So stoked. And Frank said, so Wandale to the moon. I mean, if going to the moon is like 15 targets and like 3 catches for like 60 yards, and I know it's me exaggerating, but like, man, a lot of times it's getting like double digit fucking targets and getting like 5 or 6 catches, like that sucks. And then mix that in with like not really getting any touchdowns. Like that shit sucks. Oh man. Right? Yeah, don't forget to bring a towels. Let's get high. And Neighbors have been avoiding the top cornerbacks, creating mismatches. Oh, okay. All right. That's good to know. So just the way that they've been moving him around and we'll get to see that all on display this week because now I'll just be watching 100% of this game. Giants are not, I have not, keyed in on every single play that the Giants have ran. All right, last bowl, and then we're going to get out of here. But before we do, got to shout out the producers of the show, all of our 420 crew Patreon members. You guys are the shit. Our ultimate priority member, Mr. Justin Pickle in a Jar. Our all access members, our elite members, our superstar members, our 420 ride or die crew members. You guys are the shit. It's because you were able to do multiple shows every single day. Salute from me to you. You guys are the shit. And said neighbors can cook on any DB on the planet. I mean, see, that's the thing. If he's just lining up against him on one side of the field, no, that's not true. Almost no wide receiver in the NFL could do that to every single top cornerback if they're just going one-on-one with a Derek Stingley, a Sauce Gardner, like he went up. If he goes up against those guys and it's just one-on-one for the entire game, no, he's not going to cook. If it's like Jamie says, where he's moving around and then he's not going up against that top cornerback for 100% of the time, like, yeah, but they're just figuring out creative ways to get him involved. So that's really good. But Giants are stupid, man. Like, they really are. They are stupid. Carouse, would you pick up Lazard, Michael Wilson, or Leggett? Lazard. Millie said, and this damn Rich just said fucking killing me so far as I brought motherfucker look like Zach Wilson. Man, I don't know if the stat holds true this week, but last week our homie Jamie, he did some research and found that Richardson had more interceptions to man coverage than completions to man coverage. And man, I wish you would have found me months ago, because it was my biggest stance was like Richardson is gonna fuck so many people this year in fantasy, and it's because of how much everybody's fucking hyping him up as like top 3, top 5, and like, man, people were drinking the juice. Fuck Richardson. Man, I need him to do good so I can like sell him in like the one dynasty league that I have him in. And what up, Corey, Fields, Dalton, Minshew, Carr, Stafford, single QB league? Probably Dalton. Well, no, probably. I can't believe I'm going to say this. Probably Fields. I would say Dalton, but like Fields, if he ends up getting work done on the ground, and the Colts, they are garbage against the ground game, that could make him the top guy out of all those guys, because you don't really have any like rushing QBs like in there. So by the end of the season, Neighbors will cement himself as top 5 wide receiver. I mean, maybe. I mean, I feel like that's a little too bold for like any rookie, because that means he would be like the best rookie of like all time. And like just Puka and Jefferson, I mean, you got some tough seasons, to match before you could, be considered that. Malik Willis for Anthony Richardson. Yeah, sure, bro. Like, send it. Yeah. I hope you're not in that league that I'm talking about. And Draco said, so keep Adams and Andrews instead of trading them for Zay and Kittle. Yeah. I would just rework that trade, because you're trying to get a better tight end, right? So figure out a way to just get Kittle. Don't make it a 2 for 2. Don't try to make a fair trade. Like fair trades don't exist. Just like figure out what that person needs. Okay, figure out what that person needs. Andre said, am I getting fleeced if I do this trade? Huss, 10-teamer. I'm giving Monty, Kelsey, Godwin for Zamir White. I mean, just I know there's other players, but just getting Zamir White, yes, you're getting fleeced. McBride, Dell. That's a horrible offer, right? Yeah, it's really horrible. Back 9 Roundy. Josh Jacobs, Zach Moss, Devin Singletary. What's your man? RB1 and 2B. It's probably Josh Jacobs and Singletary this week. And current RB1 and 2 is Jacobs and Moss. I think Moss will have a big game against Carolina. He could. I think that Singletary is going to have a solid game against Dallas, though. Dallas has been horrible. So kind of torn on Jacobs running the ball into the Vikings D. I mean, that's the tough one, right? But it's like I just feel like you can't sit him and play the other two. So I feel you. Rob said, do you think fucking stupid keep trade cut app is close to being accurate? No, I don't. I think it's like one of the stupidest things that's in existence right now because it makes people lazy when it comes to trades. And they're like, look, this Keep Trade Cut says it's good. Like, nothing gets put into context with Keep Trade Cut. So, no, I think it's like one of the, especially because it's free. Like, you know, so it's like, it's not even like a smart invention for them because like they're not even making money off of it. And it's like, it's poisoning the fantasy community. It really is. People make dumbass trades based on that and give you dumbass reasoning why you should accept their dumbass trade because of dumbass Keep Trade Cut. Fucking dumbass Keep Trade Cut. Fucking hate that shit. And John said, wish Mark Andrews would get traded. Yeah, I know. Billy said, what makes it worse is that I traded for Rich after week 1 performance because Love got hurt. So, man, I regret it now. Yeah. Who would have been? I mean, if it's a single QB, there might have been other people like on the what's it called, on the waiver wire potentially. But would you trade for him? And Incognito Sub Hustler in chat, would you do Allen, Rice, and Dowdle for Burrow and Bijan? No. I don't think so. Jonathan's too crazy to sit Wilson and Ayuk this week for JSN. And Dobbins. Don't start Dobbins. I mean, I would say that I'm assuming you're talking Garrett Wilson, right? If it's Garrett Wilson. I mean, Wilson and Ayuk both have horrible matchups. I mean, I said if you can sit both, like, you know, throughout this video. But yeah, I would JSN I would play. It's a smash matchup. And Millie Mill at the time, it was Monty and JMO for A Rich and Taji. Okay. Stacked at RB and wide receiver, so I'm cool, but damn. Yeah, I feel it. Big I would do that Burrow and Bijan trade, assuming I'm bringing back those players. And yeah, almost all these guys in the leagues use it. I tell them I'm not building my team from some stupid app. Yeah, exactly. I'm building to win. Building to win and Keep Trade Cut. Like, yeah, it makes people lazy. It makes people stupid when it comes to trades. But people want free. They don't want quality. So they use Keep Trade Cut because it's free. John said, is Rome Odunze considered a must play? I would say as close to a must play as possible. We still got to monitor for Keenan Allen, but yeah, he's getting there. I mean, I'm talking about week 4 specifically because of their matchup. Also, remember that. That's what I'm talking about. Week 4 specifically. Dumbass Keep Trade Cut had likely as tight end 6 after week 1. So I traded the Andrews owner for a first rounder. Yeah, man. Goofy. For sure. And Big Mac, all right, would you trade Goddard for Jaden Reed at Bowers already? Yeah, I'd sell high. I mean, I know it's not really super selling high, but yeah, once Love comes back, I think that's going to be really good. So, oh, last thing before I get out of here, I got multiple shirts that are about to be hitting the website, but here's the dopest new shirt that has just hit the website, 420 Crew Merch.com. It's the 420 Crew Friends shirt. Go cop it. $20, $19.99. Go support your boy, and you're gonna have some dope merch as well. And over the next day or two, there's gonna be like 4 more. Actually, I think like 6 more designs that are gonna be going up. All gonna be like $20 shirts. So I'm only making like a couple bucks like off of each shirt. It's really just about building the brand and everything. And yeah, go pick it up, guys. Go grab one for yourself. 420 Crew Merch.com. 420 Crew Merch.com. All right. And so yeah, do I do a Dunze over Neighbors and Garrett? I mean, he's got a way better matchup than both those two. I feel like I would start Neighbors though. I mean, just the way that it is, but yeah. And for Zil, so I got Bijan and Mixon, with Mixon out most likely. Try to trade Olave. Nah. No, I mean, I don't want to trade Olave or Devon. Like, and you're talking about both of them, or just one or two, or one or the other. I mean, but I guess it just depends on what running back, because there's going to be running backs that are coming up on the waivers. Like, I mean, this week was a really bad week, but Andrews or Komet this week. Anybody over Andrews. So Komet does have a good matchup too. And Frizzle said, never mind. Sounds like an emotional trade. I need to chill. And seeing that's just, you know, we don't want to make emotional trades. That's what it is. Like, I'm not saying don't make trades, but we got to make calculated trades, not emotional trades. And Bob said Keenan Allen limited at practice today. Coaches say they expect him back. Okay. All right. And nice. Millie Mills said, I fuck with it here. He said, the little I caught, good show, my boy. Appreciate you, bro. And every morning I'm live. Every morning I've been live for like 3 hours already, like 3.5 hours. So usually 7, 8 o'clock West Coast time I'm live. And then we usually do have some kind of evening show like as well. Some of them are specifically planned like type of shows, and then some are just Q&A smoke sessions. And Draco, is it crazy to sit Mondre and start Ford? As of right now it is, but it's just because we don't know Ford's status injury wise. So, but it would not be crazy. I mean, they have polar opposite matchups. Ford's got a great one. And trade Laporta and JSN for Kelsey. I don't really want to trade up on Kelsey. John said, how you like Ferguson injury risk? I got Mark Andrews on my bench. I mean, I'd play Ferguson over Andrews if that's what you're asking me. And he said, absolutely great show. I'll check in throughout the week. Appreciate you. You got the live streams are the shit. You will see uploaded shows because like every time that I was doing the start sit shit, all that is going to get thrown into its own show. I'm going to go edit it after this. And so make sure when you see the uploaded shows come, hit the like for me, guys. I appreciate it. And back nine, Ronnie said, West Coast is the best coast. But we love the East Coasters and the Central peeps. And we got peeps from all over the world watching on a lot of these shows. So I appreciate all you guys. I'm getting the hell out of here. Last question from Frizzil. So last question before you go. Roshan, Batty, or Tyrone for this week and place a mix in. Fuck. Batty, I guess. Batty, yeah. Watching from Oregon, nice. I'm in Vegas, but I lived in California my whole life in SoCal. And but yeah, Vegas here now. And Jamie said Roshan, loves him some Roshan. Millie Mills, I'm definitely East Coast here. There we go. All right. Appreciate all you guys. I'm getting the hell out of here. I'll be back. What time tonight? 5. I think 5 on Wednesdays we've been doing, but we'll be back sometime tonight with the Q&A smoke sesh. So we'll see you guys there. Peace out, everybody.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they